again with a deep thigh bruise. It's a little squib kick, bounds inside the Dodgeville 30, and it's gobbled up there at about the 28-yard line by Peter Wineland. So Platteville tried a little wacky doodle, and it almost worked, but Dodgeville recovers. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 29, and we're underway here at Pioneer Stadium.
It's one of the things that a lot of coaches like to do is they like to try to get a squib kick, and I mean, that's a good example of why you like to do it, because it becomes very difficult to try to pick up.
Aaron Ayers is the quarterback, the junior. The fullback, Eric Mern, and Brady Pitts, the tailback, gets the handoff on 1st and 10, tries the right side. He'll get nothing, and he'll have to like it. Sean Schaefer busts through there and made a tackle maybe for a yard loss back to the 28. And it'll set up 2nd down and 11 for Dodgeville.
Sean Schaefer.
That was really a nice job by Schaefer getting off the ball and being able to shoot through there. And they just weren't able to get a seal block down inside on him.
It's averaging 138 yards a game. Does not get off to a nice start there. He'll get it again on 2nd and 11. Tries the left side, bounces it back to the middle, runs into David Quam at the 32, and Pitts spins forward out to the 33, and it'll set up 3rd down and 6 now for the Dodgeville Dodgers.
Yeah, it looked like, and I wasn't able to catch the number, but somebody got him really fairly close to the line of scrimmage, and I'm not sure, but I think it was Chad Reese, and just wasn't able to hold on to him.
And it's a wet night. It's hard to hold on to the football. Sometimes it's hard to hold on to a player. So 3rd down and 6 for the Dodgers. Play action fake, and Ayers to throw, rolls right. Now under pressure, steps up. He's going to try to run for it. Gets to the 35, near the 1st down marker, knocked out of bounds at the 38. And that'll be about a yard short of the 1st down, and it's maybe punting time for the Dodgers.
Yeah, this is a point where I would really expect to see them come back out here and punt the ball. They don't have to substitute a lot of people to actually get the punt off, because most everyone's already out there.
Put the ball down at the 37, setting up 4th down and 2. And the Dodgers will punt. So the Platteville defense does its job on Dodgeville's first possession of the game. Ayers to punt. Good snap from center. Turns over a beautiful kick. Mike Mokros fields it at his 20. Stutter steps. Now returns it to his left across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. Correct my math here. Let me see. 12, that's a 42-yard punt and a 7-yard return.
Well, he just got that ball to turn over really nice, and it really was a beautiful punt.
Now, this could be a really nice night for punting, because meteorologically, and there's a big word for you, on a humid day, footballs and baseballs carry further, and then when Ayers turns it over, oh, there you go. So Platteville 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. The Hillmen going from left to right. Corey Digman and Matt Osterholtz, the I formation. Handoff to Osterholtz. The tailback tries the left side and is barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Trevor Christensen in on the tackle for Dodgeville. Maybe a loss of a yard on that carry, and call it 2nd down and 11.
And it really, just like Platteville's first defensive play, Dodgeville's first defensive play was really a good job of getting penetration across the offensive line.
Platteville right back out of the huddle on 2nd and 11. The ball between the hash marks. 10:07 left first quarter. Still early and still scoreless here at Pioneer Stadium. Dodgeville with an 8-man front, and a handoff to Osterholtz. Tries the left side. Had a little seam, but got undercut by Aaron Ayers and falls forward to the 34-yard line, and it sets up 3rd down and 8.
It was really, at the point of attack, it was really a fairly good job of getting a hole open, and boy, I'll tell you what, it just closed real quick with the linebackers.
Looks like Dodgeville is going to put 8 guys in the box and dare Platteville to throw. And they play a 4-4, and everyone is within the ends. I formation on 3rd down and long. Long count for Justin Wright. The quarterback takes the snap, rolls left, got a great block from Osterholtz. Still rolling, still looking, fires it, overthrown, deflected, and incomplete. David Quam, the intended receiver, out at the 42-yard line, and he was there. Wright missed him, and Jared Meyer batted the ball in the air into a group of about 3 other Dodgers, but fortunately for Platteville, it fell to the turf. 4th down, it's punting time for the Hillmen.
That was almost what you'd call a Brett Favre pass. I mean, he just hung that ball on a line, and there's just absolutely no chance for the receiver to grab the ball.
So Jeff Brunton into punt. The line of scrimmage is on 34. Brady Pitts and Nate both fell deep to receive. They stand at their own 32. Wobbly snap from center. but time for Brunton. Rushes the kick and shanks it. The ball will hit at the 48 of Dodgeville and will be downed at the 47. 24-yard kick, no return. But Dodgeville gets the edge now on field position. 9:11 left first quarter. We're still scoreless.
Yeah, they gained 11 yards on that possession change because they had Dodgeville had punted from their own 37. Now they sit on their own, 47-yard line. Not exactly really what you want to get into is into a field position game here.
Dodgeville with fantastic field position to start. And they come in, they're playing for something. They want a conference championship. Split backs on 1st and 10. Handoff to Pitt to the right. Bounces it back to the middle, runs into Ulsterholz. He'll get to the 50s. Ulsterholz tries to wrestle the ball away, but the play will be blown dead at midfield, 2nd down and 7.
That was, to me, I consider this to be a heads-up type thing, and Platteville has gotten very good at going after that ball. Much better than they were earlier in the season, and I really think that in the past, if they've been able to do that, the record would be a little different right now.
Platteville has recovered 12 fumbles this year. They've forced 19. Ball at the near side hash mark for the Dodgers who go from right to left, and Aaron Ayers out of the shotgun for the first time tonight. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Ayers to throw, now steps up, has room to run if he wants. He'll bounce it to the left. Out to the Platteville 40, shakes off a tackle to the 35, down to the 32-yard line. I don't know if that was a design play to spread the field, but once the receivers went out in the pattern, Wally, there was a huge gap right down the middle of the field, and Aaron Ayers exploited it.
That's one of those it's hard to tell whether it was or wasn't. I mean, there was some pressure that was coming from the outside and may have forced him a little bit.
An 18-yard pickup for Ayers and the first down of the game. Dodgeville with the ball at the near side hash mark at the Platteville 32. Again, a shotgun set with Pitts the single setback with Ayers. And Ayers to throw. Going deep to the far sideline, overthrown and incomplete. Bosfeld, the intended receiver, but Matt Ulsterholz was standing right in front of him. So that ball nearly intercepted. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Totally an ill-advised pass. I mean, had he had that ball down where there was an opportunity for the receiver to catch it, then it would have been an interception by Ulsterholz.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Grant County Sheriff Keith Govier and the Grant County Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. This year, another 300 students graduated from the DARE program, daring students not to use alcohol and drugs. 2nd and 10 for the Dodgers at the Platteville 32. Out of the I formation, handoff to Pitts. He'll try the middle, shakes off one tackler, got inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line where it'll set up 3rd down and long.
It was a nice job in there by the linebackers. Quam was in there, and it looked like it was also Fiddler that had a paw on him.
3rd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup for Brady Pitts. Should be 4-down territory for Dodgeville, though, inside the Platteville 30. Shotgun set again, 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Ayers to throw, deep drop, rolls right, feels some pressure. Now it's a race to the corner, and he'll be brought down from behind, and then got labeled at the 30. Chad Reese had him around the feet, and then Matt Ulsterholz gave him a smack. It'll be 4th down now, and 7, no gain on the attempted scramble by Aaron Ayers.
It was a real nice job. They ended up, and they had a linebacker coming in, Quam, and was able to put pressure on him, and at the same time, Reese was able to slip free, so they had 2 guys chasing Ayers, and almost got him back behind the line of scrimmage, but he's just way too quick.
Dodgeville at the Platteville 30 will go for it. Loss of a yard, really, on that run for Ayers. I formation. Ayers to throw under pressure, wrapped up, and down he goes. Back at the 40-yard line. It was Chad Reese who got in for the sack. So not only does Platteville get the ball back on downs, the defense gives the offense the ball at the Platteville 40.
Gives them real nice field position to start off. You know, it's interesting because both teams in their second possession have good field position. Dodgeville unable to do anything with it in their second possession. So now Platteville's turn.
And that may have been a coverage sack. Ayers had time at first, Wally, and he kept looking and looking and couldn't find anybody. Now Platteville, they don't have the personnel they like on the field for offense. They'll take a timeout. We will too. 6:33 left first quarter, still scoreless. Platteville and Dodgeville here at Pioneer Stadium on AM 1590 WPVL.
During this busy harvest season, the staff of the Livingston State Bank would like to take this moment to salute all the hard-working farmers throughout southwest Wisconsin. The Livingston State Bank also reminds you that fall harvest is also a peak time for farm-related injuries. So please take the necessary safety precautions to make sure you and your family have a safe and bountiful harvest. The Livingston State Bank, proud of the fine farming traditions in southwest Wisconsin. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
At Tricor Insurance, it really is all about you. And there's a lot of you to take care of. Your auto, your house, your health, your life, your disability, your farm, your business. And even though that's a lot, at Tricor Insurance, we can do it all. And we do it well. Check the yellow pages for the Tricor office nearest you. As we always say, Tricor Insurance, it's all about you.
Platteville 1st and 10 at their own 40. I formation. Mike Mokros, the tailback this time, gets it on a give to the left. Has a little room and gets out to the 46-yard line. Aaron Ayers in on the tackle, but a nice 6-yard pickup on first down, second down, and 4. Good, strong first carry for the game for Mike Mokros, the diminutive senior tailback.
Diminutive, yes, but strong runner, of course.
Longest gain of the night for Platteville. And they have the ball on the far side hash mark. They work from left to right. I formation. Again, it's Digman and Mokros. 2 receivers. They're both to the left. That's the short side of the field. Dodgeville, again, with 8 in the box. Hand off to Mokros. Left side, nothing there that time, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. That play got busted up again by Trevor Christensen, the 6'1", 195-pound senior defensive tackle. Third down, loss of a yard. 5 yards to go for the first down for Platteville.
Yeah, they really stuffed it right up at the line of scrimmage. But you know, when you got 8, 9 guys in the box, it really does make it much more difficult to try to run the ball.
Far side hash mark again. Tight end to the left, 2 receivers off wide to the right. I formation, long count, Rife to throw. Straight drop. Now he's going to try to run for it. Sheds off 1 tackle, runs into another, and gets to within about a half yard of the first down. Rife looked downfield, didn't like what he saw, and then tried to gut it out for the first down. Ran into that man again, Trevor Christensen. And it's 4th down and a little bit less than a yard for the first.
That was one of those where he just was barely able to get through there. You know, right at the line of scrimmage there, he had some people that were right after him, but he just wasn't able to do it.
And Platteville will go for it on 4th and a yard at their own 49. Double tight end. Digman and Mokros, the I formation. It's a give to Mokros, left side, squirts through, first down. As he gets to the Dodgeville 47-yard line. Drew Lewis made the tackle, but not after a big 4-yard pickup for Mike Mokros, and 1st and 10 for the Hillmen.
Good job blocking right at the point of attack. And you hear saying that a lot when they're able to get a decent carry, but that's really what it is. And they were able to spring him loose.
Platteville taking very little time in the huddle. They get right back up to the line of scrimmage. 4:25 and running first quarter at Pioneer Stadium. So far, Platteville nothing, Dodgeville nothing. 4 receivers set, 3 to the right. That's the wide side on 1st and 10. Play fake, right to throw under pressure. Steps up, breaks 1 tackle, gets a block. He's going to try to scramble. Got another block. Now a good block from Olstros. Tries the right side. Flag down on the play. Right to the 45, and then he got labeled by Bosfeld that we're going to have an illegal block coming up on Platteville.
You know, that block of Olsterholz may have been too good a block, and it's one of the things where they called block in the back, but it's a matter of where the official was to see it, so.
And to be fair, the official that called it was about 10 yards downfield, and the block occurred behind the line of scrimmage. Now, of course, that means nothing. And the ball will be marched back to the 41-yard line of Platteville. So basically, it winds up being a 12-yard penalty. And it sets up
1st and 22.
1st and very long. Is it 22? Ultra long, anyway.
Is that what it is?
It should be 22 anyway. If we have a 12-yard penalty and it was 1st and 10.
They have to get to the 37, so you're right. First down, 22. Shotgun set for Rife. Has time. Straight drop. Goes deep over the middle, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Paul Shell wide open at the 30, and Rife overthrew him. Second down and ultra long.
Shell did a nice job of getting open. He made a little move back off to the outside, and he was able to keep the corner out there, and then came back to the inside, and the safety on the inside was coming up to try to cover on somebody else, and he ended up being wide open.
The broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Arlene Siss, Democratic candidate for the 49th Assembly District in southwest Wisconsin. Fighting for fairness and to get your voice heard in Madison. Your choice is Arlene Siss. Paid for by the Siss for Assembly campaign, Patrice Steiner, treasurer. I'm not saying Paul Shell would have scored, but he would have gone a long distance had Rife been on target with that pass. Second and 22. Shotgun again for Rife under pressure. Throws over the middle, broken up, and nearly intercepted. Brian Withrow, the intended receiver at the original line of scrimmage, and that play got broken up by Carl Reynolds. Third down and 22 for Platteville.
And the pass on that time was a little bit high thrown to Withrow, and he had to jump up to try to get it, and it made it a difficult catch initially, and then when he had the coverage on him, it made it much more difficult.
So Rife 0 for 3 so far, and all 3 times he's had open receivers. So third down, 22 for Platteville at their own 41. Shotgun set with Mokros alongside Rife in the backfield. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Rife on a straight drop, goes deep far sideline. It's an air ball, and it is intercepted by Dodgeville. Jesse Baker, the intended receiver, but he got out-wrestled by Peter Wineland. And the Dodgers force another turnover. Their differential now in the air plus 11 as Dodgeville has it first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Well, that was one that I'm not so certain that he probably should have thrown the ball. It hung up just a little bit, and Wineland was able to jump in there for the interception.
Dodgeville again getting decent field position, this time at their own 34. Far side hash mark, I formation. It's a give to Pitts. He'll try the right side. He won't go anywhere. He'll be brought down for a loss back at the 33-yard line. The homecoming king, Sean Schaefer, in on the tackle. He gets a generous spot for only a 1-yard loss, and it's second down and 11.
We had a little help back there from Osterholz, and it was a matter of Schaefer. We got a hold of him and was able to hold on, and then Osterholz finished him off.
Hillman so far, knock on wood, have kept Brady Pitts pretty much in check.
Well, we said before, you know, that's really been one of Platteville's strengths, is being able to stop the run.
Far side hash mark again. I formation, receivers to either side. A give to Pitts, tries the left side, got it gummed up at the corner, tries to get to the far corner, turns it, gets out to the 39, and he's brought down from behind by Paul Shell. That was Brady Pitts getting yards all by himself, and this will set up third down and 5.
Well, he was trying to run off tackle here to the left side, and really he came to the tackle, and he saw there was nothing there, and he tried to bounce a little further outside, and there was a defensive end staring him in the face, and all of a sudden he had to head for the corner.
Put the ball down on the near side hash mark at the Dodgeville 39. 2:16 left first quarter. We're still scoreless at Pioneer Stadium. Split backs offset to the right. Play action fake, airs to throw. Under pressure, wrapped up by Fiddler and Schaefer, and down he goes back at the 25-yard line. But Platteville's had the pass rush going on tonight, and it's punting time again for Dodgeville.
Well, it's one of the things that Platteville is doing very well is getting off the ball, and it's really a good job calling a defense and getting into the face of Dodgeville, so they really don't have the opportunity to get to do what they want to do.
Second sack of the game, put the ball down at the 27, loss of 12, and it's fourth down and 17, and airs on to punt again. Good snap from center, rushes on, it's blocked! The kick is blocked! Down at the 14-yard line, picked up by Matt Osterholz. He'll fall forward to the 5. And Platteville special teams make a play. First and goal for the Hillmen at the Dodgeville 6.
Osterholz obviously with a good job picking up the ball. And, you know, I didn't see if Osterholz got it or not. But what was really good to see was the fact there were 3 Platteville defenders that were there ready to block the punt.
And the door is open now for Platteville as they make a play on special teams. Platinum field position inside the Dodgeville 10. Osterholz in at tailback. 2 tight ends. I formation. Handoff to Osterholz. Left side. Met at the line of scrimmage. He'll get to the 4, and that's it. Platteville's been running left all game. Drew Lewis made the tackle at second down and goal.
You know, Platteville you know, you'd like to say, well, gee, they're real happy to run to the left side because they run to the left side a lot. But really this year they've had probably as much success on either side. But I don't know. Maybe there's something that they saw in the scouting report that said the left is where to go.
Second and goal at the 4. The ball between the hash marks. Again, a double tight end set. I formation, Digman and Osterholz. Play action fake. Reif on a bootleg. Rolls to his left. Gets inside the 3. Got to the 2, and that's it. And he got hit by Reynolds. Designed bootleg sets up third and goal at about the 2.5-yard line. 37 seconds left in the quarter.
It was really a nice job in there by Digman. Digman came out and got a good solid block on the defensive end who had came back outside.
I like the way Dodgeville flew to the ball. Far side hash mark now on third and goal. I formation. Paul Shell, the lonely receiver, off to the right. Long count. Give to Osterholz. Right up the middle. Touchdown, Platteville Hillman. Platteville makes the play on special teams and cashes it in on offense. 9 seconds left first quarter, and Platteville's on the board first.
Talked about Platteville running left, and they came back right, and he was in for the touchdown.
And Ryan Withrow on for the extra point kick. He inherited the job when Dave Bergman went out injured, and so far he's been perfect. Good snap, good place, kick up on the way, and yeah, I jinxed him. He pushed it wide right. So Withrow now 4 out of 5 on extra point kicks on the year. 9 seconds left first quarter. Platteville 6, Dodgeville nothing. Back in a minute on AM 1590 WPVL.
At Tricor Insurance, it's all about you. Protecting you by providing the coverage you need when you need it. And we do it with excellent products, including long-term care coverage and medical supplements for our senior citizens. Tricor Insurance can be your lifelong partner, serving your needs from the time you begin building your assets until long past retirement. You can count on it. That's why at Tricor we say, Tricor Insurance is all about you.
When you choose F&M Bank, it's all about you, our customer, and working together to achieve a common goal. F&M Bank is a full-service financial institution that's flexible enough to fit your financial needs and to help you grow. Contact your F&M banker today to learn more about our consumer, agriculture, business, and mortgage products, as well as F&M's trust and financial services. Visit one of the F&M offices in Southwest Wisconsin and let F&M help you with your financial needs. F&M Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Chad Henneman back in the WPVL studios. Quick scoring update. Lancaster leads River Valley 7-0. That's in the first. Also, Mineral Point. They were defeated by Darlington 45-0. Beaumont leads Pecatonica Argyle 8-0 in the first. And Prairie du Chien is threatening. They are tied with Southwestern 6 apiece in the first quarter. Back out to the Ralphie Davis Pioneer Stadium. Kyle Cooper.
Thank you, Chad Hedman. The ensuing kickoff to Dodgeville returned by Peter Wineland again, and he gets it out to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Dodgers will have it. First and 10, 4 seconds left first quarter. 6-0 Platteville. Aaron Ayers to throw. Off the play-action fake. Rolls right. Gives ground to gain ground. Flings it up deep far sideline. Looking for his favorite target, tight end Tanner Pratt. Overthrows him and incomplete. He was double covered anyway at midfield, and that's it for the first quarter. Platteville 6, Dodgeville nothing. Second quarter up in a minute on AM 1590 WPVL Platteville.
You work hard and work your feet hard. You need shoes and boots.
But there's always been 2 guys that are chasing him.
We swap sides for the second quarter. Dodgeville going from left to right. First and 10 at their own 34. Fumbled snap. Ayers will pick it up at the line of scrimmage. Loses a yard back to the 33. Again, a cold, wet night, and things like this could happen. Loss of a yard, and it's third down and 11.
It's one of the reasons why. You get a game like this, you want to get a lead, because it becomes more difficult to try to do things afterwards. And if Platteville can hold on to this lead, maybe even add to it a little bit, it becomes much more difficult for Dodgeville.
Now, Platteville, if you're just joining us, blocked a punt, recovered it at the Dodgeville 6 with 1:26 to go in the first quarter. 3 running plays and in for a touchdown from Matt Osterholz, and that's been the difference in the game. Ayers out of the shotgun will throw. Again under pressure. Steps up, fakes the throw, runs across the 30, got to the 33, and that'll be it. Punting time again for Platteville as the pass rush was all over Aaron Ayers. John Tarpon on the tackle, David Quam as well, 4th down and called it 11, and Dodgeville will have to kick the ball away one more time.
Like you said, it was a very, very good job of pressuring Aaron Ayers. In fact, they had almost too much pressure, and he was almost able to slip away.
Ayers' last punt was blocked. And a flag down before this play can be snapped. 10:48 left, second quarter, 6-0 Platteville. Again, a marker down on the play. And it will go against Dodgeville.
That was a different signal.
So unusual. In fact, I broke out the trusty chart to try to figure out what that was.
I don't even see it.
I don't see it anywhere either.
It looked like he was ending up there and pounding his chest.
Yeah, anyway, it's a 5-yard penalty. Maybe someone lined up in the neutral zone. So it's 4th down and 16. Ayers to punt, rushes the kick, turns over a beautiful spiral. Mokros will field at his own 33. Gets some blocking, bounces it out to the near sideline. Nice stiff arm across the 40, out to the 47-yard line. So a nice kick by Aaron Ayers, but a good return by Mike Mokros. 1st and 10, Platteville at their own 48. 10:30 to go, second quarter, Platteville leading 6-0.
Yeah, 15-yard return. And I'll tell you, that in really any football, when you get a nice punt like that has a lot of hang time, it's really up in the air, boy, I'll tell you, to get 15 yards, that's a good job.
42-yard kick by Aaron Ayers. He hasn't been bothered kicking the ball anyway with this bad weather.
No, he's got such a beautiful leg, though.
He's an athlete. He's just a tremendous...
He really is.
The Platteville again with very good field position. Put the ball down at the Hillman 48. They go from right to left here in quarter number 2. Jesse Baker in motion from the far side. Toss sweep to the right from Mokros. Got to the corner. Then the pursuit caught up, and Mokros only gets out to the 49-yard line. In on the tackle was Ian Clark for Dodgeville. He is a 6', 185-pound junior.
It's one of the things that Dodgeville matches up well with Platteville has to do with speed that's pretty equal. And that does add to a little bit of an advantage when you're trying to run wide.
Ball at the far side hash mark. Mokros again the tailback. Tight end down to the right on the short side. That's Quam. Now he'll motion and set down on the left. Receivers to either side. Play action fake, right to throw. Quick out near sideline, caught by Digman, the fullback. Oh, what a block by Quam. Digman inside Dodgeville territory to the 39-yard line. Boy, David Quam laid out. It looked again like Ian Clark again. He never saw it coming, one of those things. Turned upfield to try to track down Corey Digman and got tattooed.
No, that was called a wake-up call right there. I mean, that was good morning. Look, here I come.
12 yards in the connection. The first completion of the game for Justin Ripe on a short pass. I guess you could call it a confidence pass.
Yeah, that really was. I mean, that's really a good pass and a good catch at this point.
Near side hash mark, I formation. Everyone's bunched to the left on 1st and 10. Give to Mokros. He'll try the left side. Breaks one tackle, the line of scrimmage, and gets to the 36-yard line. Pick up a 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 7. It's that man again, Trevor Christensen on the tackle, and that other man again, Aaron Ayers.
Something we haven't seen from Platteville on that particular play, and that was they were lined up in an unbalanced line. I mean, there ended up being 4 people really on the left side, plus a wing.
Platteville trying to shuttle the right people in and out. Ryan Withrow comes in, and again, Platteville not having the personnel on the field they want. They'll have to take a timeout. Second time they've done that here in the first half. 9:08 left, second quarter, 6-0 Platteville. Back in 30 seconds on AM 1590 WPVL.
Is your school or booster club looking for a fundraiser? The Platteville Pizza Hut can help. Pizza Hut can provide your nonprofit organization with the ingredients and ideas to help raise money for upcoming activities. Fundraising can be so much easier when you team up with the Pizza Hut. Put on a spaghetti supper or sell Pizza Hut coupon books. Most importantly, have fun raising funds. Call Rita at 348-9731 to learn more about these fundraising ideas. If you've got a good cause, the Platteville Pizza Hut has some hometown help for you. This is Chad Henneman back in the WPVL studio. We have a scoring update for you. In the first, it is now Lancaster 14, River Valley nothing. Also in World Series action in the top of the first, Angels are batting with 2 outs. Score 0-0. Back out to Kyle and Wally at the Ralph.
Thank you, Chad. Milford Incorporated and its employees are proud sponsors of tonight's high school sports broadcast. It takes team spirit and dedication of everyone on the team. Good luck to your team from the team at Milford Incorporated. Platteville under their own timeout. 2nd and 8 at the Dodgeville 36. Draw, give to Mokros, left side. Tripped up in the backfield and just got back to the line of scrimmage. Justin Athey got through there and blew up the play. 3rd down and 8.
Platteville tried to spread the defense a little bit, and Dodgeville does spread out to quite a bit, and they get out of that box when Platteville gets into that spread offense.
And again, Platteville just now starting to run players in from the sideline on 3rd down.
Sometimes I wished in high school they would run that 30-second clock, 25-second, for university level, but sometimes I wish they did.
I formation, near side hash mark, double tight end set on 3rd and long. Paul Shell, the only receiver, he's wide to the right. Toss sweep to Mokros. It's a halfback option pass. Throwback intended for Reif. He catches it in traffic, but gets brought down at the 37-yard line. Loss of a yard and a tackle there by Harold Huff. And Platteville now facing 4th down and long. Well, we saw that throwback for a big 2-point conversion in the win at Prairie du Chien earlier this year. This time they tried it, and Dodgeville sniffed it out.
It's interesting because it did not go well last week at Riverdale either. It's almost like, gee, they have this trick play. We better make certain we cover for it.
So shotgun set for Reif here on 4th down and 9 at the Dodgeville 37. 4 receivers, 3 to the right. Reif to throw, steps up, fires it deep over the middle. He'll just throw it away. It's incomplete. Jesse Baker was the only receiver in the vicinity, and Dodgeville gets the ball back on down. 7:36 left, 2nd quarter, 6-0. Platteville the lead.
That's one of those things, Jesse Baker was covered, by 2 different people out there, and it makes it very difficult for him to try to get to an open spot. They just wouldn't let him get to one of those, and really a smart decision just to go ahead and throw it away.
Dodgeville with pretty decent field position at their own 37. Again, they go from left to right here in quarter number 2. High formation with Mern and Pitts. It's a give to Pitts. Left side, he has a hole there. Bounces it out to the outside. Flag down, cuts it back to the middle, gets to the 40, out to the 45, and then he's driven back. But again, there's a marker down on the play. It would be about an 8-yard pickup, but there is a flag.
Also, Jesse Baker on the tackle, a flag on the play.
Looks like face masking on Platteville, and that is the call. Face masking is the indication, but we don't know against who. I see the Platteville defense walking back, so I'll presume it's on the Hillman. Only a 5-yard penalty, but this should be more than enough to give Dodgeville a 1st down.
Yeah, he had 7 yards that he had gained running the ball, so that makes it really, in effect, a 12-yard gain.
Face masking the call. 5 yards on the penalty. 2nd infraction of the game for Platteville, and put the ball down at the Dodgeville 49-yard line. Aaron Ayers calling the play at the line. I formation, and he'll give it to Pitts. Bit of a hole right side, squirts to the line of scrimmage, breaks 1 tackle, then another 1st down to the Platteville 40-yard line. 5 or 6 Hillman had a good shot at him, but Brady Pitts ran through and gets another 1st down for the Dodgers.
A little too much trying to tackle the ball. They were very concerned about trying to grab the ball and to try to be able to pull it away from him, and he ended up and he pulled away from 2 or 3 different tacklers because of it.
So Dodgeville, having stopped Platteville on downs on the Hillman last possession, moving the ball smartly now. High formation again. Ball between the hash marks of the Platteville 40. Give to Pitts. Left side, turns the corner. Gets to the sideline to the 35, runs it back to the middle, got to the 30, and looks to have enough for another 1st and 10. Brady Pitts beginning to impose his will.
What happened is Digman was playing the defensive end on the far side, and he got caught inside. And when you get hooked like that, then you're asking for a good running back to get outside on you.
Boy, not a good spot for Pitts at the 31, and it's 2nd down and a yard. The Dodgeville's getting their running game in rhythm. Far side hash mark. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. I formation. Ayers to throw, quick out near sideline. Both fell. The catcher, Reynolds rather, makes the catch, and he'll get to the 35-yard line. 1st down pickup, good open field tackle by Paul Shell.
Paul Shell on the tackle.
That Shell backed off a little further that time than he normally does, and he was back off between 7 and 8 yards, and just a quick hitch pass, and he just ended up being wide open. It's pretty easy to get 5 yards that way.
First completion of the game for Ayers, and really the first time he's had enough time to throw the football. Near side hash mark on 1st and 10. Receivers split wide to either side of the I formation. Gives to Pitts, and he runs in to Brunton.
Brady Pitts.
Wrong number. Couldn't tell from up here.
Yeah, that's
Mike Stark. 68?
No, that's 66.
Well, that's 60. Are you sure? No, well, you're Hawkeye Wally Trout. I swore it said 68. This is Jeff Brunton in on the tackle for the loss of 3 back to the 33, 2nd down and 13. He just came in and defeated his blocker, and Pitts sort of ran right into him. 5:27 left second quarter, 6-0 Platteville. Option, pitch to the left for Pitts. Loose ball on the ground, it's a fumble. All kinds of Cardinals jerseys around it. Platteville recovers. Bad pitch by Aaron Ayers to Brady Pitts, and the Hillmen force another big play. And was that Matt Osterholz coming out of the... It looked like Mike Milcross maybe recovered the fumble. Doesn't matter. Platteville has it 1st and 10, and they put the brakes on what was a very promising Dodgeville drive.
Dodgeville had been moving the ball real well, but the last couple plays that they were running the same type of thing, Platteville started to come back up and was closing it off a little bit more, and so they wanted to try a little change-up, and boy, I'll tell you, it did not work at all.
Yeah, they were playing vanilla football, and it was awfully tasty up until they tried to make it spicy. Rife out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Steps up, air ball deep over the middle for Shell, and it is juggled. He caught it at the 32-yard line. Gets to the 30, and it's 1st and 10 for Platteville. Carl Reynolds was going to intercept that pass, couldn't bring it in. Shell batted it to himself and made the hero play. Wow.
That's what you call great concentration. Well, I mean, his eyes step on the ball. I mean, when that ball was bouncing around in the air, you could see his helmet lean back, and you could see that he had his eyes right on it.
35 yards on the connection, put the ball down at the Dodgeville 31-yard line, and Platteville is in business. Great catch by Paul Shell. Near side hash mark, again a shotgun set for Rife. And he will throw. Sets up a screen near side. Hard pass. Osterholz the catch. Has some blockers. 25-20. Breaks the tackle. Down to the 15-yard line. Put him at the 14. And Platteville has another 1st and 10.
Not a real good pass by Rife. And he threw that thing back behind Osterholz. And Osterholz was able to tip the ball back up in the air a little bit, back to himself, and haul it in and get behind a block. Nice job getting down to the 15.
4:58 left second quarter. Dodgeville will take a timeout, so will we. 6-0 Platteville, back in a half minute on AM 1590 WPVL.
Claire Bank now offers free checking. When you open a checking account with Claire Bank, there's no monthly service fee. There's no minimum amount needed to open the account, and there's no minimum balance required. Plus, when you open your free checking account with Claire Bank, you'll receive a free debit or ATM card. It's free checking with Claire Bank, with 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Claire Bank, we can do that. Now offering free checking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
We're back here at the Avista Incorporated broadcast booth at Pioneer Stadium. Platteville, 4:58 left to go second quarter, leading 6-0 and threatening. Your environment is important to us. Charity Incorporated in Platteville handles all your recycling and solid waste needs. Call them at 348-9586. Charity Incorporated, helping the environment one customer at a time. Dodgeville may be stunned by the turn of events, spends a timeout on defense. Platteville 1st and 10 at the Dodgers 15. 4 receivers set, 3 to the right. Give to Osterholz right up the middle, and he'll grind his way forward to the 10. Ian Clark in on the tackle. 2nd down and 5. Platteville spread the field that time, Wally, and then ran it right down the middle.
And that's really a good thing to do at this point. I mean, you're spreading them apart. They know they've got to get out and they've got to cover. And boy, I'll tell you, Ian Clark even, he got a big taste of Osterholz on that one. He was a little slow getting up.
Platteville taking some time off the clock on this drive. 2nd and 5 at the 10, near side hash mark. 4 receiver set, 3 to the left. Mokros, the single setback. Rife is under center. Delay, give to Mokros left side, met at the line of scrimmage. He got to the 9, and that'll be it. As filling up from a linebacker spot for the Dodgers was Drew Lewis. 3rd down and 4 for the Hillmen.
Well, part of the problem is Drew Lewis really had somebody held up right at the line of scrimmage. And as a result, Mulcrose came and he didn't make a cut one way or the other and ran into his own blocker. Lewis was just able to shed it off and make the tackle.
The last time Platteville got this close, they powered it in for a touchdown. And they have a powerhouse backfield, 2 fullbacks in front of Matt Osterholz, Stigman and Josh Fiddler. It's a give to Osterholz right up the middle, inside the 5 to the 2. And Wally, you were looking at practice this week. Josh Fiddler kind of on a lark, got some reps at fullback, and I guess did a good job because he's in there tonight.
Well, Josh Fiddler, as a freshman, was really a super tailback. And, in fact, he and Bartels would switch off. And right now, I mean, he was able to get those tough yards even last year, and now he's learned how to do that at another level.
And he and Digman really blew up the left side of the Dodgeville defensive front. 1st and goal at the 2. Straight I formation with Digman and Osterholz. Double tight end set. Give to Osterholz right up the middle. Not much there at all. He may have gotten a yard to the 1, but that'll be it. As Dodgeville just got lower, it's a root hog setup. When you get down on the goal line, it's 2nd and goal.
That's one of the things I used to kind of chuckle at it, because I remember when I was in high school, the general attitude was, how low can you get your face mask? Can you end up and drag a little sod with it?
Get your derriere up and your head down and dry. That's what they teach you, or they used to anyway.
Yep.
2nd and goal at the 1. Again, the straight I formation, near side hash mark, double tight end set. And it's a quarterback keeper, Rife up the middle, touchdown! Platteville Hillman. Special teams makes a play earlier, leads to a touchdown. The defense makes a play, recovers a fumble. This leads to a touchdown. 2:45 to go in the first half, and Platteville's up 12-0.
And right now, Dodgeville has to be reeling a little bit. They're not used to being in this kind of a position where somebody has gotten up on them like this early in the game. I mean, even Lancaster wasn't up on them, I don't think, quite this quick.
And Platteville, with a 12-0 lead, will go for the 2-point conversion. But they haven't done it very often this year. In fact, they're just 1 for 1. And that was that throwback play against Prairie du Chien. Rife will throw, rolls left. It's a bootleg. He throws it into the end zone, and it is caught by Fiddler for the 2-point conversion. What a catch in traffic by Josh Fiddler. 2:45 left first half. Platteville 14, Dodgeville nothing. Back in a minute on AM 1590 WPVL.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me? Is it cold in here, or is it just me? Is it hot in here? Is it cold in here? Is it hot in here? Cold in here? Is it hot in here? Cold in here? Is it hot in here? Is it cold in here? Or is it just me? If you've ever asked that question, the answer for the record is no, it probably isn't you. It's your furnace. See, the typical gas furnace lets the temperature in your home fluctuate between uncomfortably warm and uncomfortably cold. But American Standard has a better way. It's called the 2-stage Freedom Gas Furnace, an advanced design that maintains a more consistent temperature. Buy an American Standard furnace and you could find yourself posing a question you've never asked before. Is it comfortable in here, or is it just me? American Standard, new standards for living.
Take advantage of new standards for living with no interest, no payments until 2004. Call Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster at 723-6543. Let Myers Heating and Cooling show you new standards for living from American Standard.
The ensuing kickoff by Ryan Withrow. Again, they aim it at Wineland. And this time, though, the ball bounces out of bounds. So Dodgeville will have the choice of taking it at their own 35 or forcing Platteville to kick it again. 2:45 left here in the second quarter. Platteville leading 14-0. Our broadcast tonight here on AM 1590 WPVL brought to you in part by Hillman Outlets. Do you get cold watching Platteville-Hillman football games?
You would tonight.
Yeah, you would tonight. Hillman Outlets can warm you up. Good thing. Hillman Outlets has pullovers and sweatshirts at great prices. Located inside Platteville High School, Hillman Outlets is your official Hillman apparel store. And Dodgeville's going to make Platteville take a 5-yard penalty and kick the ball over again. And don't forget, at the end of our game tonight, we'll bring you the Platteville-Hillman Player of the Game, brought to you by Swift Financial Advisors in Platteville, individual and small business personal retirement and financial planning.
That's one of the things that it's so common that everyone just takes the ball at the 35, and it's one of the things that I've always said, jeepers, a lot of things can happen on the kicking game. So why not take the penalty?
And Platteville's been punching it to the left side of Dodgeville's return team. They're trying to get the ball about 20, 25 yards downfield, and they're aiming it at Peter Wineland. Every kickoff has gone right at him.
Who's on the right side? Deep. I mean, that's Pitts.
Yeah, you don't want to kick it to him.
You want to keep the ball away from him.
So the kickoff from the 35, again punched to Wineland, catches it at the 34 and slips. And that's unfortunate for him because he had some room, and he had Bothfeld up there running to lay some lumber to block out in front. So Dodgeville gets it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line with Platteville leading 14-0.
Turns out it was not a good decision for Dodgeville to take the penalty.
Well, it would have been had Wineland not slipped.
This is true.
So the Dodgers have been kind of stymied. They've only put up 35 yards of offense through the first half. And they come out in a shotgun set, 4 receivers, 2 to either side, ball at the far side hash mark. Ayers will throw, straight drop, rolls to his right, feels pressure, floats left, throws it up deep, has a man wide open. Tom Ganser the catch inside Platteville's territory, knocked out of bounds at the Hillman 40-yard line. Ayers waited and waited and waited, and Ganser popped open for the big gain. 26 yards in the connection, 1st down and 10.
He was so wide open that you'd swear he came off the bench. I mean, that, because it was right over by their bench. But he was really wide open.
Yeah, he was. There was a Hillman player within about 10 yards of Ganser, a 6-foot, 150-pound senior. Again, a shotgun set for Ayers. Straight drop, throws far sideline, caught by Tanner Pratt inside the 30, drags the Hillman player with him and grinds his way all the way to the 22-yard line. 18 yards on that connection, and Dodgeville, well, they got the wake-up call. They're moving the ball. It's 1st and 10.
One of the things that was really a problem there is that cornerback got himself back way too far. And he started lined up, at 7 yards and then started backing up, and all of a sudden, man, he was 10 yards away from him when he caught the ball. He was back so far.
Tanner Pratt, 6'6", 200-pound senior, leads Dodgeville in receiving touchdowns this year. 2:14 to go in the half. Shotgun set again for Ayers. Has time this time, plenty of time. Fires deep over the middle, has Reynolds open, overthrown and incomplete and very nearly intercepted. And maybe Jesse Baker was about to pick it off at the back line, but Jared Cullen ran into his field of vision. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. Maybe that would have happened.
Maybe. It's one of those things that, after you move the ball like that, that would have been a real downer for Dodgeville had that been picked off. Maybe your eagle eyes were right before, because all of a sudden I'm looking out here and I am seeing number 68, the big freshman, playing defensive end.
Mike Stark, 6'5", 221.
Man, he's a good ball player.
He's, what, 15 years old? He's 6'5", 221?
Oh.
2nd and 10, shotgun set for Ayers. Under pressure, goes deep over the middle, overthrown, incomplete. Bothfeld, the intended receiver at the 5. He was double-teamed by Fiddler and Mokros. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
He was looking around at the official, as if, did somebody interfere with me? But no, I mean, it wasn't even close.
No, Ayers really airmailed that one deep. Clock stops with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you in part by TDS Telecom, with offices in Lancaster, Fenimore, and Dickieville. Shotgun set again for Ayers. Ball at the far side hash mark. Deep drop. Plenty of time. Fires at far sideline. Pratt the catch at the 9. Breaks off a tackle. Gets run out of bounds at the 3. 1st and goal, Dodgeville, with 1:52 to go in the half on the 17-yard connection from Aaron Ayers to Tanner Pratt.
And again, wide open. I mean, not even close to being wide. I mean, to say anything else. I mean, just standing there all alone. And that was the same thing that happened back earlier with Ganser.
Pratt was wide open, and now Dodgeville's knocking on the door again, and they can do what they want. They like to give the ball to Brady Pitts. I formation, far side hash mark. And it is a handoff to Pitts. Left side, met at the 5, tries to get to the corner. Down he goes at the 5. Josh Fiddler up from a defensive back spot to make the tackle. Got some help from Ryan Withrow, and Jeff Brunton there as well. Loss of 2, and it's 2nd down and goal.
One of the things that's interesting, and you don't see this in high school football very often, but that's how deep they have Pitts lined up in the backfield. He's 9-10 yards off the ball, and that's an awful long ways back.
Dodgeville with 2 timeouts remaining. 1:20 to go in the half. Ball's down at the far side hash mark. Receivers to either side. Tight end to the right. I formation. Play fake, airs to throw, rolls right, and is brought down at the 15. Mike Mokros flung himself in there head first and made the shoe top tackle. And it's 3rd down and goal for the Dodgers.
And that's a 14-yard loss. It really was a nice job by Mokros. He came in there and just barely got a hold of his ankle enough to trip him up. But, I mean, there were other red shirts that were just closing in on him at the same time.
Dodgeville will take a timeout. 55 seconds left first half. 3rd and goal Dodgers at the 15 when we come back in 30 seconds on AM 1590 WPVL.
For more than 6 decades, Bendor Funeral Home has provided caring professional service. In fact, since 1938, Bendor Funeral Home has served our area from the same location, 180 West Pine Street in Platteville. Ed Bendor, Matt Melby, and the entire staff take great pride in their professional heritage. Bendor Funeral Home offers you help and guidance through arrangements and services, giving you the comfort and support you and your family and friends deserve. Ed, Matt, and everyone at Bendor Funeral Home are proud to sponsor Bob Bodden, the Platteville Hillmen, the Belmont Braves, and all of our area student athletes.
This is Chad Henneman back in the WPVL studios. Got some updates for you. Lancaster leads River Valley 23-0 in the second. Also, Cuba City trails Richland Center 3-0. Platteville, the game you're listening to, 12-0. Also, 15-0 Blackhawk leads Cassville. 8-6 Belmont leads Pecatonica Argyle. Prairie du Chien leads Southwestern 20-6. And in World Series baseball action, 2-0. In the bottom of the first, the Giants lead the Angels. They are still batting with the bases loaded. Back to Kyle and Wally at the Ralph.
And while we were away, Aaron Ayers gets sacked again on 3rd and goal. Needed 15 yards from the touchdown. There was another jailbreak. Josh Fiddler gets the sack back to the 29-yard line. And it's 4th and goal for Dodgeville. There. Do you think they'll punt? He asked sarcastically.
Yeah, well, it's almost as if they did punt.
They got it as close as the 2-yard line, and they've been stuck 5 gears in reverse ever since. 4th sack for Platteville, and Dodgeville will go for it. 17 seconds left in the half. Ayers out of the shotgun, deep drop. He's going to go deep. Air mails it near corner of the end zone, broken up and incomplete. Carl Reynolds, the intended receiver. Jared Cullen knocked it down, and Platteville gets the ball back on downs with 8 seconds left in the half.
And again, what is this going to happen to Dodgeville's confidence? I mean, they're a team that they had things going well for them all year, and all of a sudden now they're dealing with some adversity, and probably as much adversity as they've seen all year.
Coming up at halftime, we'll hopefully get another scoring update on all the games going on around the area from a now breathless Chad Henneman back at the studio. Platteville will get the ball to open up the second half. 8 seconds left here, and they'll just take a knee. 1st and 10 at their own 29, and that's what Justin Rice will do, and that's it for an eventful first half at Pioneer Stadium. Dodgeville playing for a share of a conference championship. Platteville playing just to have a hope to get into the playoffs, and it's been the Hillmen making the plays, and at recess. Here at Ralph E. Davis Pioneer Stadium, the Platteville Hillmen leading the Dodgeville Dodgers 14-0.
Chance to...
Aaron Ayers will kick off. Jesse Baker and Mike Mokros will return. I'm Kyle Cooper. He's Wally Trouton. Thanks for tuning in to Platteville Football on AM 1590 WPVL. 14-0. The Hillmen in a must-win have the lead. And the kick floats short. Mokros will play it on a bounce at the 20, juggles it, picks it up at the 24, gets a block, runs right through the wedge out across the 30 to the 33-yard line, and that's where Platteville will have it 1st down and 10.
You know, if he'd have been just a little quicker right behind Osterholz to have been able to get past the guy that ended up making the tackle, it would have been interesting to see how far he would have been able to go.
Platteville again going from right to left. Wally prompting me to make sure I got that right. And they come out in an I formation. Ball in the near side hash mark. Mokros, the tailback, gets it on a quick hitter to the left and slides forward out to the 35, where it will be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, it was one where he ended up, and as he hit the ground, you can tell it's starting to get a little greasy out there because he ended up sliding all the way up to the 40 or the 36. Oh, almost said 46. That would have been a big slide.
I formation again with Corey Digman, the fullback. Mokros, the tailback. Two receivers on the short side to the left. Again, a quick hitter to Mokros. Leaps over the line of scrimmage and will get out to the 39-yard line. Peter Wineland in on the tackle. It'll set up 3rd down and 4.
And really, this is something, I think, a possession that could be a big possession for Platteville if they could have some success, drive the ball downfield, and even if they were able to score, it would all of a sudden be a 3-touchdown game, and that would really put Dodgeville behind the 8 ball.
Again, there's a light rain, almost a mist, really, here at Pioneer Stadium, and the night, of course, getting colder as it goes along. 3rd down and 4. Play action fake, right to throw. Rolls right. It's a designed bootleg. It's in a foot race to the corner. Breaks the tackle. 1st down. 45, 50. Tiptoes the far sideline and will be put out of bounds. At the 49-yard line, but still, it's more than enough for a Platteville 1st down on the 12-yard carry by Justin Rife.
Really a good job by Rife. You could see he was gingerly running out there to try to make certain that he was going to be able to keep his feet as he attacked the corner and was able to get there, and really a good job running the ball for a 1st down.
And David Quam gave him a block on the corner, too, that really sprung that play. And then Rife had to make one player miss, and that was Nate Bothfeld, and he did. So Platteville with a new set of downs, the ball at the far side hash mark. Man in motion to the right, I formation. Hand off to Mokros, flag down. Jared Cullen was the man in motion, and they're going to bust him for moving forward to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's real difficult, I think, for a high school student to do, and it's so easy to go ahead a little bit too early when you're anticipating the snap count.
So illegal procedure is the call on Platteville. 3rd penalty on the Hillman for 22 yards tonight. 10:29 left 3rd quarter. We are still looking at a 14-0 Platteville lead here at the Avista Incorporated broadcast booth here at Pioneer Stadium. Ball down at the Platteville 46-yard line. Quam, now the tight end, shuffles from left to right. And another flag down as it looked like he broke forward too soon. Tossed to Mokros, gets to the left corner, turns it, and would have a Platteville 1st down or be awfully near it anyway, but again, there's a flag on the play.
If this is that same type of call, this one would be really a close call.
I think they actually, the officials talked, they may have picked that flag up and waved it off.
Yeah, because I wasn't so certain that he had gone ahead.
It didn't look like he did. Well, the marker has been picked up already, and the officials are talking to the Dodgeville defense. It will be another penalty on Platteville.
And that's what they're calling it, illegal shift, illegal motion.
So Platteville, after the nice 3rd down run by Rife, they've been putting it in reverse, 5 yards at a time, and the ball will come back to the 41-yard line of Platteville, where it's 1st down and 20.
That's really a shame on that particular play right there, because it really was a nice job by Mokros running the ball, and the motion really had nothing to do with the run.
High formation. 1st and 20. Give to Mokros up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage by Clark. Spins off his tackle, but only gets out maybe to the 43 before he is subdued by a host of Dodgeville Dodgers, among them Justin Athey. 2nd down, and we'll call it 18 for the Hillman.
You know, one of the things that you hear a lot of fans in the stands, they start saying, oh, you deepers, you got, you know, you're 1st and 20, and you're running a play that's going to get you 2 yards. Why would you do such a thing? But you have to do those things to keep everything else set up so that you can throw the longer pass.
Near side hash mark, I formation. Tight end to the left, that's the near side. 2 receivers off wide to the right. 2nd and ultra long, right to throw. Feels pressure, floats right, throws it over the middle, and the pass is underthrown and incomplete. Jesse Baker, the intended receiver at the Dodgeville 39, but that ball didn't get anywhere near him. It's 3rd down and long.
Well, that's a particular play that Rife didn't want to throw the ball when he threw it, but he had no choice, as he had a Dodgeville defender just bearing down on him.
Your environment is important to us. Faraday Incorporated in Platteville handles all your recycling and solid waste needs. Call them at 348-9586. Faraday Incorporated, helping the environment one customer at a time. Platteville 2 for 5 on third down tries tonight. Offset eye to the left on 3rd and 18, and Justin Wright will throw. Deep drop, slips a little bit, fires it near sideline, overthrown, almost intercepted. Baker, the intended receiver. Reynolds on the coverage. Wineland there as well, and Wineland almost intercepted that pass. It's punting time for the Hillmen.
What that was good defense by Jesse Baker, because the pass was actually out there, and it was in Wineland's hands, and Jesse just slapped it away.
So Jeff Brunton on to punt for just the second time tonight. Special teams again have been sometimes a trip to the danger zone for the Hillmen. Line of scrimmage is zone 42. Good snap from center. Plenty of time. And Brunton kind of off the side of his foot. Line drives the kick. Played on a hop by Bothell at the 35. There's a flag down. Gets to the near sideline into Platteville territory to the 40. Up to the 35-yard line. But it's either going to be a face mask on Platteville or an illegal block on Dodgeville.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's an illegal block on the far side. We're watching, and as Cullen was over there, and he just really had a bead on him, and all of a sudden just kawambo, he just got hit right square in the middle of the back.
The flag down at the 45-yard line. It was a very nice return for Bothell, but it's going to come back.
That's one of those cases, though, it's pretty obvious that he got the return because of that block in the back there.
I just saw somebody's head snap around. That's why I thought maybe there was a face mask. And Platteville's grabbed some face masks this year. And I think what it was, a player for Dodgeville who made the block was snapping his head around to see if the official saw him. And it turns out that's what happened. So the ball comes back to the 35-yard line, and that's where Dodgeville will have it first down and 10. 9:16 to go here in the third quarter. Platteville leading 14-0. Dodgeville going from left to right out of the shotgun. It's a give to Brady Pitts. Tries the right, now to the middle. Now the defense catches up to him. He gets out to near the 40 before he's brought down. And that's been all the rage in football the last 5 or 6 years. The spread formation, shotgun, and then a handoff, and that goes for 5 yards that time.
Well, that's something that's very typical out of this stadium. I mean, the Pioneers do that an awful lot.
A decent carry for Pitts. Second down and 5. Well, Brady Pitts has been contained so far. 11 carries, 35 yards in the game. Far side hash mark, again a shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 off to the left. Again, it's a handoff to Pitts. Tries the left, nothing there. Breaks it back to the right. Flips the tackle, gets across the 40. Out to the 43-yard line, and this will set up third down and 2. And that was Brady Pitts manufacturing something where nothing really existed.
Yeah, the play was designed to go to the left, and there was just all kinds of people over there. The red shirts were just covered on that side. Boy, he tried to cut it back, and he was able to get a little bit, but boy, he earned every yard he got.
Dodgeville 0 for 3 so far on their third down tries. Single setback is Pitts. They need to get to the 45. It's a keeper for Ayers, and he was met at the line of scrimmage, but surges forward, and the second effort may have gotten him a first down. Big contact right off the snap with David Quam.
Oh, I'm not sure he's got that.
Not a good spot, and if he's about a foot short of the first down, we're going to get a stoppage of play for a measurement. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Grant County Sheriff Keith Govier and the Grant County Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. This year, another 300 students graduated from the DARE program, daring students not to use alcohol and drugs. Chains being extended, and it's awfully close. It is about 6 inches from a first down for Dodgeville, and I would imagine they would go for it here.
I would imagine that as well. They're on their own 45-yard line. It's almost a do or die for them. I mean, they really have, they probably believe they have little choice.
The rain beginning to pick up a little bit here at Pioneer Stadium. Fourth down and 6 inches for Dodgeville. Single setback is Pitts. Ayers will try the sneak again, and this one is going to come down to a right foot, left foot snap. So the side judge on the near side is going to give a generous spot to Ayers, and it looks like it'll be enough for a first down. Boy, well, he didn't get a good spot on the prior keep. That time he got a good spot, a little farther than it looked like he got, just across the 45-yard line. And it's first and 10 for Dodgeville.
Well, this one was pretty easy for the officials to see because he had to get to the 45-yard line, and it's probably about half the width of the ball.
Well, Dodgeville right back at it, far side hash mark. Shotgun set for Ayers, and he will throw. This time has plenty of time. Fires it over the middle, and it is caught by Wineland inside the 40 of Platteville, dragged out of bounds at the 37. 18 yards in the pickup, and the Dodgers, given new life, have it 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Dodgers.
Quam was trying to defend over there, and he just is a little bit short on foot speed to try to keep up with him, and was fortunate just able to get a hand on him.
First catch of the game for Peter Wineland. First down, stops the clock, 7:21 to go in the third quarter, 14-0 Platteville. Shotgun again for Ayers. Has time, now feels some pressure, rolls off to the left, gets to the far sideline, throws, he'll just throw the ball away, and it's incomplete. Platteville got some pressure again right up the gut. Chad Reese was getting through, Jeff Brunton as well, and I don't mean to quibble, but it looked like one of the Dodgeville linemen was doing a lot of grabbing. 2nd down and 10. Hey, I'm a former lineman. If you can get away with it, you can get away with it. More power to you.
You know, and again, a lot of people will say that. It's one of the things that is extremely common. You'll see all kinds of holding, and I thought for sure back out over here that there was pretty severe holding on Chad. You know, Chad Reese as a defensive end. He had to have somebody hanging on to him.
Shotgun on 2nd down and 10. Man in motion as both fell to the near side. 3 receivers now to the near side of the field. Ayers to throw under deep pressure. Rolls right, has time, fires it deep, has Reynolds open, and he caught it inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Got both feet down, and it's 1st and goal for Dodgeville.
Well, that's one of those types of catches. He was right at the sidelines, and you know, from the Platteville sidelines looking back up here in the stands, you would say, I don't think he got anything down. But yet the official is right on the play, and he said it is a catch, 1st and goal.
Right on the play from 20 yards upfield?
Well,
it was a great catch. Great throw and a great catch in 1st and goal. Dodgeville's been here before, and a touchdown would really change the complexion of the game. High formation, give to Pitts. Left side, tries to get back to the right, nothing. Flag down. Flag down late, as Pitts maybe got a yard out of it to the 6. It's holding on Dodgeville. And even with the hole, Platteville got a bunch of people upfield. And Brunton made the tackle, but nice rush upfield by Ben Olsafer, and Pitts really didn't have anywhere to go.
No, he didn't have anywhere to go. I mean, it was really a good job of playing some solid defense.
Flag down at the 9. And so this will wind up being about a 12-yard penalty back to the 19. Second infraction of the game for Dodgeville for 17 yards. And now it's 1st and goal from the 19-yard line. 6:55 to go here in the third quarter, and Ayers back in the shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 wide to either side. Wineland in motion now to the left. Long count, Ayers with time. Fires it deep, looking for Bofeld in the end zone, broken up and incomplete. Good coverage downfield by Mike Mokros. It's 2nd down and goal.
And Mokros had very, very good position on that. He was just inside and was able to jump just high enough. But even if he didn't tip the ball, it made it extremely difficult for Bofeld to be able to make the catch.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Arlene Siss, Democratic candidate for the 49th Assembly District in southwest Wisconsin, supporting spending reforms for education in Wisconsin because education is the backbone of economic development. Paid for by the Siss for Assembly campaign, Patrice Steiner, treasurer. 2nd down and goal, Dodgeville at the Platteville 19. Shotgun again for Ayers with Pitts in the backfield with him. 2 receivers wide to either side. Ganser in motion now off to the left. Ayers with a straight drop, feels pressure, goes deep near corner of the end zone, juggled, caught, touchdown, Tanner Pratt. Paul Shell tipped it, but it hung in the air, and Pratt made the catch. Dodgeville's on the board with 6:33 to go in the third quarter.
That's one of those where you just simply say extremely, extremely fantastic concentration to be able to catch that ball.
5th touchdown catch of the year for Pratt. He leads the team in that category. And Aaron Ayers is on for the extra point kick. 19 yards on the touchdown. 10th touchdown throw of the year for Ayers. Snap to Ganser, places down, kick up on the way, and he hooked it wide left. Not a very good snap from center, and Dodgeville is down 8. 6:33 to go third quarter. Platteville 14, Dodgeville 6. Back in 30 seconds on AM 1590 WPVL.
In 1960, Pioneer Motors Incorporated opened their doors. They're now celebrating 40 years in business. Pioneer Motors of Lancaster is dedicated to making your buying experience of a new Oldsmobile, GMC, Pontiac, or Cadillac a real pleasure. That's because they have no gimmicks, no hassles, and no pressure. There's an informative, friendly staff that focuses on your desires in a car. Pioneer Motors sells a good product, well-equipped at an honest, competitive price. Visit in person on South Madison Street in Lancaster or at their website, www.pioneermotorsinc.com.
This is Chad Herman back at the WPVL studios. 3 quick scores to pass along to you. In SWAL 2 conference action, Fenimore leads Iowa Grant 14-7. Also, in Ridge and Valley conference action, Seneca leads Ithaca 11-0. And in World Series baseball action, the San Francisco Giants are chasing Wisconsin native Jared Washburn. 3 runs in the first and 3 runs in the second. That means they lead 6-0. Back out to Kyle and Wally at the Ralphie Davis Pioneer Stadium.
The ensuing kickoff by Aaron Ayers floats to the Platteville 14 where Jesse Baker will take it. Returns it north and south, breaks to the edge across the 20, 25-30. May have lost the football, but Platteville will recover. Looks like the ball squirted out the last instant, and Matt Olsterholtz got the loose ball out at the 41-yard line, but I think he's down by contact anyway back at the 38, and that's where Platteville will have it first down and 10.
It really was a nice job by Baker running the ball, and he got behind his wedge and was able to slip in there for that nice 24-yard return.
That Dodgeville scoring drive, 8 plays, 65 yards, and 2 minutes and 43 seconds, capped off by the 19-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Ayers to Tanner Pratt. First and 10, Platteville at their own 38. Single setback is Matt Olsterholtz. He'll take it on a toss sweep to the left. No blocking there. Gets to the corner, gets to the 34, and that'll be it. As Dodgeville got a great rush upfield from Pratt and Christensen, and Olsterholtz was kind of left to his own devices, and he'll get a yard. Ayers will make the tackle at 2nd down and 9.
That really was a good job by Dodgeville. I mean, immediately they were able to break on out right towards where Olsterholtz was carrying the ball. Really a good read by a couple of the defenders.
Ball at the near side hash mark. 3 receivers. 3 to the short side. That's the left. Paul Shell wide to the right. Mike Mokros, the lone setback, right under center on 2nd down and 9. And he'll give it to Mokros. Quick hitter left side. Breaks the tackle. 45, 50. Gets to the sideline. Knocked out of bounds inside the Dodgeville 45 at the 44-yard line. Carl Reynolds came up to make the touchdown-saving tackle. 1st and 10 for Platteville.
And that's exactly right. That was a touchdown-saving tackle. And, I hate to say it was much of a tackle because it was more of just a matter of just knocking him out of bounds. But, in effect, that does the same thing.
One way, I guess, to handle a team that tries to get upfield and is good against the run is to run right at them. Straight line runs, and that time it worked for Mokro. 17 yards in the pickup to the Dodgeville 44-yard line. 3 receivers wide to the right. Shell alone to the short side on the left on 1st and 10. Mokros the single setback. He'll get it again. Quick hitter to the right. There's a hole. Squirts it to the outside to the 45. And almost was able to break that one big. He'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. Another touchdown-saving tackle, and this time it was Nate Bosfeld.
Yeah, and again, like I said, there is absolutely no doubt. It's a little different running style than we've seen from Platteville in the first half, and even some different games. They're running more, instead of being that straight north and south type team running the ball, they're running more on an angle, more of a slashing type attack.
2nd down and 4 at the Dodgeville 38. 4:57 and running, 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Olsterholtz the single setback. Play action fake, right to throw. Gets protection, flag down. He'll throw it. It will be dropped by, looks like Jared Cullen at the near sideline. That's Ryan Withrow, who could have had the ball at the 27, but again, there's a flag on the play. Stops the clock with 4:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like this will be a penalty against the Platteville Hillman. Holding. No, holding on Dodgeville. Very interesting. Well, this will be enough for a first down. And it's interesting. Platteville thought, they saw the initial indication, one official to the other. He made the holding call, and so Platteville started to walk back. But then the hand signal went off to the Dodgeville side. Matt Olsterholtz, the captain, had to run up and say, yeah, we'll take that. And the ball will go to the 29-yard line of Dodgeville, and Platteville will get it 1st and 10 on the Dodgeville hold.
was afraid for a second they were going to mark off a 9-yard penalty, and then they adjusted the ball back down to the 28.
Third penalty of the night for Dodgeville. Near side hash mark on 1st and 10. Right to throw, rolls right with protection. Now he's going to run for it right into a big passel of white-shirted Dodgers. And he gets to the 27-yard line. Pickup of a yard, and it will be 2nd and 9.
It's one of the things, you know, we've talked about this so often when we talk about just how tough Rife is. And boy, he runs so often right into the teeth of the defense and just gets hammered and jumps right up as, you know, like he's never was hit.
2nd and 9, ball between the hash marks at the Dodgeville 28. Powerhouse backfield with Digman and Fiddler, fullbacks in front of Mike Mokros. Withrow, the only wide receiver, he split off to the left. And it's a give to Mokros. He'll try the tackle hole left side, nothing there. Now tries to get it out to the corner and only gets up to the 25-yard line before he is brought down. Nice tackle by Jared Meyer, and it will be 3rd down and 6.
Jared Meyer.
I really like that when they get into that deep backfield and when they're able to get back out, and they really get those fullbacks on some people. And that time I thought that Mokros had an opportunity to get more yardage, but he just hesitated just too long.
Platteville 2 for 6 on 3rd down tries. Again, that triple backfield. Fullbacks are Digman and Fiddler. Mokros the tailback. Ball on the near side hash mark. Play action fake, right to throw, rolls left, feels pressure, will throw it up for grabs, and almost it is intercepted. No, incomplete. Bosfeld had it. It hit him right in the number 4, and he dropped the ball. He wasn't going to go anywhere anyway because David Quam came up and laid him out. But it's 4th down now for Platteville.
Well, Quam was actually the intended receiver, and he was led a little bit too much. Boy, I'll tell you, you said the ball hit him right between the numbers? You know, he isn't doing anything between the numbers because that's right where Quam leveled it.
See what Platteville will do. They have the ball at the Dodgeville 25, and they're going to go for it.
Oh,
running people in and out. It almost looks like they're going to bring in a punt team. But they will go for it. Platteville 1 for 2 on 4th down so far tonight. Shotgun formation. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Mokros, the only running back. Rife, straight drop, fires it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking for Baker on or rather for Paul Shell on a post route, and Rife missed him. And Dodgeville gets the ball on down at their own 25. 3:08 to go, 3rd quarter. Platteville holding on to a 14-6 lead.
The pass really, it looked to be like for a second he was going to be right on, but he was just led Shell by a little bit too much. And Shell laid out to try to get the ball, but still wasn't able to get there.
Dodgeville scores, the defense gets a stop, and the offense gets the ball back. Well, field position something less than Platinum. The Blue Dodgers have it at their own 25-yard line. They go from left to right, I formation, and it's a give to Brady Pitt. Tries to string it out to the left, gets to the corner across the 25, out to the 28-yard line, and that's where he'll be brought down. Sean Schaefer, the big fella, made the tackle. David Quam in there to help. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
And David Quam on the tackle.
Schaefer got a hold of him, was really holding on, and he was, Pitts was still moving back on upfield, but then that's when the rest of the red shirts got there and just dropped him right in the spot.
Milford Incorporated and its employees are proud sponsors of tonight's high school sports broadcast. It takes team spirit and dedication on everyone on the team. Good luck to your team from the team at Milford Incorporated. 2nd down and 7, Dodgeville at their own 28. Split backs behind Ayers. And it's a quick hitter to the fullback right up the middle across the 35 out to the 36. Will Bosfeld got the carry, his first of the night. And this will set up 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, like you said, that's his first carry of the night. And, you know, sometimes I wonder just how much does anyone else ever touch the ball for Dodgeville. I mean, they have so much power with both Ayers and with Pitts that you sometimes wonder why.
And Nate Bosfeld is a senior. Will is a sophomore. 3rd down and 5 for the Dodgers. Play action fake, and Ayers will throw. Has time, has a man open, and it is caught. 1st down out to the 45, out to the 46-yard line. 1st down and 10, Tanner Pratt on the catch. And a 15-yard pickup for the Dodgers.
And Dodgeville has not been very successful on 3rd downs prior to this. And this time, right away, they were able to make their 1st down.
Well, first 3rd down conversion on 5 attempts. 4th catch of the game for 69 yards for Pratt, and a big pitch and catch.
Well, Pratt's a good-sized tight end out there. You know, I mean, when you're 200 pounds and 6'6", it's difficult for a 5'7" guy to try to cover you.
Near side hash mark on first down and 10, I formation. Again, a quick hitter to Will Bothfeld up the middle. He'll get to the 49. Pickup of 3. Second down and 7. Quam in on the tackle, Mokros as well. 1:22 to go, third quarter. Start to feel the momentum putting on orange and black right now. 14-6 Platteville the lead, but Dodgeville seems to have things going on.
Well, they got a lot of confidence from the touchdown that they scored earlier, and they really were probably at halftime. I would assume the coaches said, "Hey, we've been moving the ball, just bad luck."
Near side hash mark again, the I formation. Give to pitch, left side, met in the backfield, wrapped up, and down he goes at the 45-yard line. David Crom comes out of the bottom of the pile. There's some help there as well. Josh Fiddler got to the ball first. Back about to the original line of scrimmage, a generous spot, and it's at the 46 where it sets up third down and 10.
He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, obviously, when he had everyone
there. The original
there.
line of scrimmage, it was
yeah. So back to the original here.
Third and 10 for the Dodgers. They just got a big third down conversion on the last sequence. Split backs, Ayers to throw. Has time. Looks, fires deep over the middle. Nobody there, and the pass is incomplete. I don't know who Ayers was looking for. Everyone was covered. Wineland, I think, was the intended receiver. He was inside the far side hash mark, but Ayers put it closer to the sideline, and it's fourth down and 10.
And I thought that I saw Carl Reynolds over in the general vicinity, but he overthrew him by a country mile.
Yeah, if he was aiming for Wineland, he underthrew it, and if he was aiming for Reynolds, he overthrew it. So Dodgeville to punt for the fourth time tonight. Line of scrimmage of their own 46. Ayers will kick. Baker and Mokros are deep to receive. Good snap from center. Ayers runs up and turns this one over. Mokros receives it at the 20, returns it to his right across the 30, out to the 31-yard line. So a 34-yard punt and an 11-yard return. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Platteville has it first and 10.
It really becomes really every possession for Platteville in this close game becomes important because they need to keep time off the clock, but they'd really like to be able to drive the ball down and get some other points. 3 points, touchdown, doesn't make any difference, just points.
Anything to make it more than a one-touchdown lead. This should be the last play of the third quarter. 3 receivers off to the left. Mokros, or rather, Osterholtz a single setback, and he'll give it. Tries the guard hole left side, got out to the 35-yard line, pick up a 4, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Platteville trying to get in the postseason. They need a win. They lead Dodgeville 14-6. Fourth quarter up after this timeout on AM 1590 WPVL Platteville.
Davis Pioneer Stadium.
Thank you, Chad. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by TDS Telecom with offices in Lancaster, Fenimore, and Dickeyville. We swap sides for the fourth quarter. Platteville going from left to right. They have it second down and 6 at their own 35-yard line. The Hillmen leading the Dodgers 14-6. Must win for Platteville. And Justin Wright will throw. Rolls left. Fires it deep far sideline. Had a man open. Ryan Withrow. And the pass well overthrown and incomplete. Justin Reif has had accuracy troubles tonight. In fact, he's 0 for 5 here in the second half. It'll be third down and 6.
Well, he started out the first half with a kind of an 0 for situation, and then all of a sudden, you know, he kind of caught on, and he hit a couple important ones. I mean, he had was 0 for 3, and then he had his fourth one was intercepted before anything else happened.
Platteville is 2 for 7 on third down conversions. They need to get it out to their own 42. Shotgun formation. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Mokros stands to Reif's right in the backfield. And Reif will throw. Quick hitter over the middle. Caught by Withrow. First down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And Platteville with a big third down conversion.
It was a big third down conversion because that puts them really right up next to the 50-yard line. You know, if you're punting somebody down deep, it's one thing. But if you're punting somebody and putting them back to their 30, maybe their 40-yard line, that really doesn't do much for you.
Broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Grant County Sheriff Keith Govier and the Grant County Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. This year, another 300 students graduated from the DARE program. The DARE program daring students not to use alcohol and drugs. First and 10, Platteville at their own 47-yard line. Far side hash mark, I formation. Man in motion, Baker to the near side. Quick hitter to the tailback, Ulsterholtz. Tried it to the right, bounced it back to the left, got tripped up, and will only get back to the line of scrimmage as Harold Huff made the tackle. Second down and 10.
Well, it was a real good job on Huff getting penetration, and that really was the death of that play.
So Platteville must have a victory to get playoff consideration. If they win, they'd be 3-3 in the conference and 5-4 overall. And you'd think that would be enough to get you into the postseason, but there are no guarantees. Dodgeville needs a win to claim at least a share of their first SWAL 1 conference championship in 16 years. Shotgun set on second and long. High snap, Rife goes up to get it, has time. Floats to his right, feels pressure, throws, and it's underthrown incomplete. Everybody was way downfield. All 4 receivers out in the pattern were inside the Dodgeville 25, and Rife, smartly feeling some heat, just threw that ball short where nobody would get to it. It's third down and long.
And that was a real interesting way of throwing the ball because he basically kind of whipped it, almost sidearm to get it out there.
Incompletion stops the clock with 10:37 to go in the game. And Justin Rife went over to the sideline to get the play himself. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Platteville sponsors Bendorf Funeral Home, Blackhawk Engineering, and Eastman Cartwright Lumber. At the end of our broadcast, Wally and I will select the Tricor Insurance Play of the Game, brought to you by Tricor Insurance and Financial Services. Third down and 10. Rife to throw out of the shotgun, sets up a screen through the hands of Ulsterholtz. Incomplete pass, late flag down, deep in the Platteville backfield, and we could have a personal foul on Dodgeville for roughing the passer, and that is the call. Rife got rid of the ball, and about 2 steps later got whacked.
Now, that was Dennis Lay that was back there, and he just really just leveled it. Big break for
what
Platteville.
A huge break for Platteville.
Personal foul on the Dodgeville.
This will be a 15-yard penalty, and it's an automatic first down. Wow. And the ball will go to the Dodgeville 40, and that's where Platteville will get it, first down and 10. Huge penalty against the Dodgers. Their 4th of the game for 37 yards. Far side hash mark, I formation, handoff to Mokros, was almost able to get it out to the right corner. I say almost, because he got tripped up and only gets back to the line of scrimmage. That meant again Trevor Christensen, who made the tackle. Loss of a yard, back to the 41, second and 11.
And again, that was penetration by Dodgeville's defensive line. And that's one of the things that, you know, when you're in a running offense, from the defensive point of view, you need to get penetration to stuff it.
Ball between the hash marks, second and long. Rife to throw, sets up for a quick hitter near side intended for Digman, but Aaron Ayers there in the step-for-step coverage bats the ball down, and it's incomplete.
Well, plus the fact the ball was thrown a little bit behind Digman, and it would have been a great catch if he'd have been able to pull that one in.
I don't think he would have gotten very far with it.
No, he was looking maybe at a 2-yard gain, maybe at the most.
Our broadcast tonight sponsored in part by Arlene Sis, Democratic candidate for the 49th Assembly District in southwest Wisconsin, supporting spending reforms for education in Wisconsin because education is the backbone of economic development. Paid for by the Sis for Assembly campaign, Patrice Steiner, treasurer. Third and 10 for the Hillmen at the Dodgeville, third and 11 at the 41-yard line. Shotgun for Rice. Quick hitter over the middle, broken up, incomplete. Withrow, the intended receiver. Nate Bothfeld almost, or rather Carl Reynolds almost intercepted that pass, and it's fourth down and 11. And Justin Rife here in the second half, 1 for 9 for 11 yards. And Platteville has the punting unit on the field.
Yeah, he tried to drill that ball in there, and there just wasn't enough room.
Pitts and Nate Bothfeld to receive. They stand at their 10. Good snap from center, plenty of time. Brunson gets off a floating kick. Bothfeld will catch it at his 11. Kind of dances around, gets to the 16, and Jared Cullen puts him down right there. Hard to run upfield when you're tap dancing side to side. And he gets credited for a 6-yard return out to the 17-yard line, 31-yard punt by Brunson.
And that's one of the places on the field where it looks like the footing would be pretty good, and yet he's still trying to dance there, and he'd have been better off if he'd have just gone.
Platteville does take 3 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock, but this game still very much available. Dodgeville has it. First and 10 at their own 17. 9:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Platteville leads 14-6. Dodgeville going from right to left. Ayers out of the shotgun. Plenty of time. Goes deep near sideline. Intercepted. David Quam steps in front of Tanner Pratt and makes the pick at the 33-yard line. Write that one down, kids. Big interception by Quam. And Platteville gets the ball back inside Dodgeville territory.
Makes for a very nice trade where they had the ball on the 41-yard line before, punt the ball, and now you get the ball back inside your opponent's 35-yard line, down to just about to the 33.
First interception tonight for Platteville. The Hillman defense now has picked off the ball 9 times, and they've allowed 4 touchdown passes. Near side hash mark, first and 10. Shotgun for Rice. Straight drop. Looks upfield. Fires it deep near sideline for Osterholz. He's got it! Touchdown, Platteville! What a catch by Matt Osterholz! Aaron Ayers on the coverage, Wally, but he did one thing that is a defensive back, no matter what level of football you're playing at, you're going to get burned. Didn't know where the football was. Osterholz did. Made a great catch, and it's 20-6 Hillman. Wow.
The other thing that was interesting about it was watching Osterholz with his hands. I mean, both Ayers had his hands on Osterholz, and Osterholz had his hands on Ayers and was able to keep him at a full arm's distance.
Low snap, place is down, kick up on the way, and Withrow pushed it wide right. Not a good snap from center. Platteville does have a 14-point lead. 9:33 to go, fourth quarter. Platteville 20, Dodgeville 6. Back in 30 seconds on AM 1590 WPVL.
At Tricor Insurance, it's all about you, helping you by expanding our services to take care of your needs, extending our hours of operation to provide 24-hour emergency service, building a broad network of more than 60 companies as an independent agency to select the coverage and company that you need. We can do it, we have done it, and we'll continue to do it. That's why at Tricor we say, Tricor Insurance, it's all about you.
It's a different kind of game when you bank at F&M Bank. Here, it's all about you, our customer, and working together to achieve a common goal. F&M Bank is a full-service financial institution that's flexible enough to fit your financial needs and to help you grow. Visit one of the F&M offices in Southwest Wisconsin because our only goal, on and off the field, is to score points with you. F&M Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ensuing kickoff to, again, they boot it to Peter Weidland short, and he'll get out to the 35-yard line before he got escorted out of bounds by Josh Fiddler and Paul Schell. Platteville scoring drive, 1 play, 33 yards, 8 seconds. Matt Osterholz, the great touchdown catch on the pass from Justin Rice.
It really was a nice job of concentrating, too. I mean, the ball was, it actually kind of hung up just a little bit, and he was able to maintain some concentration and get up high enough so that the Ayers didn't even have a chance to do anything with it.
First receiving touchdown of the year for Osterholz, 5th touchdown pass for Rice. Ayers to throw on 1st and 10, gets pressure, rolls to the near side, smacks out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Osterholz went in, shoulders first, almost busted Ayers in 2. Loss of 2 yards, it'll be 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, when you say he really gave him a shot, he really gave him a shot. There was no doubt that he was going to go down on that.
Such a shot that Osterholz almost came out on the short end of the deal. He was up a little slow.
Well, he hit Ayers down, and I mean, it hit him on, so he just landed just out of bounds, but he slid about another 4 yards once he was out of bounds.
5th sack of the night for Platteville. Ayers out of the shotgun on 2nd and 12. Feels some pressure, still looking, rolls to his right. He's going to get rid of it. Going deep far sideline for Reynolds. Well overthrown and incomplete as Ayers tried to wedge that ball into the double coverage of Jared Cullen and Jesse Baker.
You know, I question...
Jared Cullen.
I shouldn't be questioning a coach's call, but yet in a sense I am. I wonder why are we trying to get so much here right at once? I mean, you're looking at it. You're only 14 points down. Let's go and let's get first downs. Let's move the ball down the field.
That's what they do. They throw the ball downfield. They've only completed 31.4% of their attempts coming in, but they're averaging almost 22 yards of completion. That shows you that they go big.
They're not afraid.
High reward. No, and they have a quarterback who can do it too.
So what an arm.
And he's going to be back again next year. Shotgun on 3rd and 12 for Ayers. Near side hash mark, deep drop, throws deep, near sideline for Pratt. He's got it. 35-30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. High risk, high reward, touchdown. No, Pratt signaled out of bounds at the 8, and he didn't have anyone near him. Oh, my goodness. Would have been a 68-yard touchdown. Instead, it's a mere 60-yard completion, but it's 1st and goal for the Dodgers at the Platteville 8.
What a mistake. What a mistake. And for Dodgeville, this is really bad. I mean, they've been down here a couple of times and not had any success.
I can't believe. He was being pursued. Pratt was being pursued, but he was free and clear. He was going to go to the house. And must have stepped on the sideline because the official said it's 1st and goal at the 8. Shotgun again for Ayers. Straight drop, floats to his right, fires it deep left, overthrown, incomplete. Tom Ganser, the intended receiver. Mike Mokros on the coverage. No one was going to catch that one, as Ayers really airmailed it.
Mike Mokros on the coverage.
No, I mean, you talk about being way over his head and out of bounds.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have had a hard time getting up for that pass. 8:57 left, 4th quarter, 20-6. Platteville has the lead. Dodgeville has the ball. 2nd and goal at the Platteville 8. And Ayers on that hookup with Pratt, that put him over 200 yards passing tonight. I formation on 2nd and goal. Near side hash mark, Ayers to throw. Floats it up, far corner of the end zone, right side, and pass interference. Reynolds, the intended receiver, bumped into Cullen, and this will set up 1st and goal on the pass interference on the Hillman.
That's kind of an interesting call because you've got 2 receivers that are both running for the ball,
but Cullen had his back turned to the ball, and every time that'll get you.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that you hear and see on Sunday and on Saturday and now on Thursday night.
Sometimes on Tuesday. They play college football on Tuesday. There was high school football on Wednesday yesterday. There may have been a call like that. Half the distance to the goal, and it's 1st and goal Dodgeville at the 4. 5th penalty for 31 yards for Platteville.
Dodgeville's had a lot more success throwing the ball than they've had running the ball, and my assumption is that they're going to continue to do that down here, even though they're on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Dodgeville has 1 yard rushing and 209 yards passing.
But boy, you've got Pitts back there.
Yeah, but even with Pitts back there, they line up in a shotgun, and even with that set, they don't like it, and so Dodgeville will take a timeout. 8:51 left, 4th quarter. 1st and goal Dodgeville at the Platteville 4. Hillman lead 20-6. Back in 30 seconds on AM 1590 WPVL.
At Tricor Insurance, it really is all about you. And there's a lot of you to take care of. Your auto, your house, your health, your life, your disability, your farm, your business. And even though that's a lot, at Tricor Insurance, we can do it all. And we do it well. Check the yellow pages for the Tricor office nearest you. As we always say,
Tricor Insurance, it's all about you.
One very quick score for you. This is the final. Pecatonica Argyle 12, Belmont 8. Pecatonica Argyle, 6 Rivers champion. Back to Kyle.
Oh, a tough loss for the Belmont Braves.
No, it's been a Cinderella season for them. I'll tell you, you still have to be happy for the Braves. It's really, so far, has been a good season, and now looking ahead to their 2nd season.
1st and goal, Dodgeville at the Platteville 4. Shotgun for Ayers. Floats to his right. Looks, still looking. Throws it in as a man open back corner of the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Nate Felsfeld the catch. Dodgeville's back in the game. They're within 8 with 8:42 to go.
And he was standing all alone in the back corner of the end zone. No one around him.
2nd touchdown catch of the year for Bothfeld. His 1st catch of the night. Touchdown pass number 11 for Ayers. And Ayers on for the extra point kick. hold of Tom Ganser. Good snap. Places down. Kick up on the way. It's good, and there's a flag down.
Kick is good. Flag on the play.
And the officials confer.
Well, that's quite a discussion.
One official talking with the Platteville defense, the other talking with the Dodgeville offense. Tom Ganser looks over at the Dodgeville bench and shrugs. I don't know what's going on.
I think what it is I think Platteville would end up being offside. And they were debating, well, do you want to get to half the distance to the goal and go for two?
No, we haven't had a signal, but they just signaled that the kick is good, and that's it. 8:42 to go, fourth quarter, 20-13, Platteville. Back in a half minute on AM 1590 WPVL Platteville.
When you choose F&M Bank, it's all about you, our customer, and working together to achieve a common goal. F&M Bank is a full-service financial institution that's flexible enough to fit your financial needs and to help you grow. Contact your F&M banker today to learn more about our consumer, agriculture, business, and mortgage products, as well as F&M's trust and financial services. Visit one of the F&M offices in Southwest Wisconsin and let F&M help you with your financial needs. F&M Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Scoring drive for Dodgeville. 6 plays, 65 yards, 1 minute and 51 seconds. Culminated on the 4-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Ayers to Nate Bothfeld. Well, the penalty, whatever it was, we still don't know what it was, but it will be assessed here on the kickoff, or will it?
It looks like they're calling it a personal foul.
Well, this will move the ball then all the way to the Platteville 45, and it makes you wonder, maybe the Dodgers will try an onside kick. Milford Incorporated and its employees are proud sponsors of tonight's high school sports broadcast. It takes team spirit and dedication of everyone on the team. Good luck to your team from the team at Milford Incorporated.
Well, a couple of times this year there's been onside kicks against Platteville. Once they were not successful, and one other time they were very successful.
Dodgeville's huddling up for quite some time before they get into their kickoff formation. Well, they don't have an unbalanced line here, so let's see what they try to do. Ayers will kick. Mokros and Baker to receive at the goal line. Now they'll just kick it deep and try to win the field position battle. Mokros takes the kick at the 1. Returns across the 10 to the 15. Cut down. He gets to the 19-yard line. Now, field position always important on a wet, rainy night like this. And Dodgeville willing to gamble that their defense can get the stop. 8:37 to go, fourth quarter. It's 20-13 Platteville.
Well, I think that's a smart gamble. I mean, your defense has been playing well, and I mean, let's face it. It's a close game. It's a wet night. You might as well give the defense the opportunity to win the game for you, or at least maybe a shot at the tie.
It's been defense that's got Dodgeville to this point. Platteville is only the third team this year to get into double figures against Dodgeville this year. Ball between the hash marks on 1st and 10. Single setback is Mokros. He'll take it on a quick hitter up the middle. Tries to bounce to his left and only gets out to the 20. Second down and 9 coming up for the Hillman.
And one of the things I think they want to do is they want to try to keep it so that Dodgeville thinks, oh, they're going to run the ball. We got to keep it inside, keep 9 men in the box, and then to try to maybe do something else.
Now, the first round of the playoffs will begin Tuesday night with games all around the area. And tune in to WPVL tomorrow, also WGLR 97.7 Country. We'll try to get you the playoff pairings as soon as they come out from Stevens Point. Sometime tomorrow afternoon, we expect. Shotgun on 2nd and 9, right to throw. Floats one far sideline, and maybe some route confusion as Brian Withrow went upfield, and Rife maybe thought he was going to run it out and threw it to nobody. It's 3rd down and 10.
You know, I wonder if how much of that was the fact that the ball was just slippery and it just slid right out of his hands.
And that could be the reason why Rife's having such a tough night.
I mean, there's still a lot of moisture coming down out there.
Platteville now needing a big 3rd down conversion. And the clock stops with 7:51 to go. It's starting to get a little nervous here at Pioneer Stadium. Rife under center. Mokros the single setback. Three receivers all to the wide side. That's the right. Now Mokros will motion off to the left. Empty backfield on 3rd down and 9, and right full throw. Floats it over the middle. Quam the catch across the 31st down. Out to the 34-yard line. Oh, wow. What a well-executed play. The three receivers off to the right drew the bulk of the secondary, and Quam, the tight end, just sort of drifted out there. No one noticed him. 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's really a nice concept, and I think that's something that Coach Satz was able to pick up from Emmendorfer. It's a typical play that I've been able to see, a few Saturday afternoons over here.
First catch of the game for Quam for 14 yards. And Platteville getting a very valuable 1st and 10, put it down at the 34-yard line, pick up a 14 on that connection. I formation, receivers wide to either side, ball at the far side hash mark. Again to the ground, hand off to Mokros. He got leveled in the backfield, down at the 33-yard line. I think it's Trevor Christensen. Again, it's hard to read these jersey numbers. They're starting to get a little muddy down there. Aaron Athey made the tackle. He got through untouched, loss of a yard. And you would think, well, this would be the time for Matt Osterholz now to run a little power football, and as I say that, he comes in at the tailback spot.
Well, we also saw that Mokros stayed in, so this could become interesting.
And Mokros will be the tailback. Osterholz is a slot receiver to the right. Two receivers to either side, out of the shotgun, right to throw, under pressure. Setting up a middle screen, Mokros the catch, and with blocking to the 35, to the 40. Near sideline, 45, 50, brought down at the 49-yard line. And a flag down. Yeah, Peter Wineland looked like he grabbed a lot of Mokros' face mask. This will be 1st down in Platteville and tack on more yardage on the upcoming Dodgeville penalty.
Well, you know what I'm wondering is that with that stiff arm, I'm wondering how they're calling this face mask.
Well, they're going to confer.
I mean, we were looking there, and as you saw Mokros running the ball, he gave a stiff arm to the tackler, and, is that something where they're talking about being face masked or what?
We've seen it happen, offensive face masking.
Yeah.
18 yards in the completion anyway, on a very well-run screen. But again, all four officials are talking, and they're standing in front of the Dodgeville defense. 6:34 to go, 4th quarter. Platteville leading 20-13. Face mask the call on Dodgeville. Face mask Platteville, too, so the penalties will offset.
But they should be dead ball fouls.
They should be.
But they're not.
Well, it was happened while the play was going on, so that 18-yard play really doesn't exist and winds up being a break for Dodgeville.
Actually, when I think about it, no. A face mask cannot be a dead ball foul because it's happening during the play. So, yeah, this is the right call. Not one we wanted, but it's still the right call. 2nd
down and 11 again. Platteville the ball at their own 33. 6:34 to go in the game. 20-13. Platteville the lead, but the job for the Hillmen just got a little more difficult. Your environment is important to us. Faraday Incorporated in Platteville handles all your recycling and solid waste needs. Call them at 348-9586. Faraday Incorporated, helping the environment one customer at a time. Rife under center. 4 receiver set, 2 to either side. Mokros a single setback, and he'll get it on a quick hitter up the middle. Gets a good lead block from Osterholz. Almost able to spring it, but gets a 1st down across the 45, out to the 47-yard line. Well, that's a big buddy, little buddy play. Osterholz out in front, plowed it out, and Mokros gets a big 14, 15-yard pickup out to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that really was a good job by Osterholz clearing the way, and it really, you saw some quick feet by Mokros that really set this whole thing up.
And now the ticking of the clock is getting a little bit louder over on the Dodgeville sideline. 5:49 in running, 4th quarter. Ball just inside the near side hash mark. 2 tight ends. Baker split wide to the right. Now Quam will shuffle in motion off to the left, I formation, and a flag down. Again, they're going to call Platteville for moving forward on the motion. Toss to Mokros, brought down for a loss back to the 45. Again, illegal motion is the call on Platteville.
Every time Platteville has sent somebody in motion like that, they have thrown a flag.
Now, the first time on Cullen, that was, he did lean forward before the snap, but Quam, in my opinion, hasn't done that. He hasn't moved forward before the snap of the ball. It just seems like every time the Hillmen try to shuffle motion somebody, the official automatically reaches for his right rear pocket.
Oh, immediately. I mean, he doesn't even hesitate. It's almost as soon as he's in motion that he's doing that.
You know, in broadcasting, you do that. It's called jumping the call. And I guess you could apply it maybe to officiating as well. Well, loss of 3 on the carry by Mokros anyway, so Dodgeville will decline the penalty. 2nd down and 13 for Platteville back at their own 45, but clock keeps running. 5:15 left fourth quarter. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Single setback Mokros, right under center. Quick hitter to Mokros up the middle. Oh, he got stuffed by Christensen at the line of scrimmage, and then the help came. No gain. It'll be 3rd down and ultra long.
Well, it looked like what they were trying to do is to run a little trap action inside, and instead of giving the ball to a fullback like you normally do in the trap, you give the ball into the tailback. But boy, there was nothing doing.
This is turning into a very long drive for Platteville already. 4 minutes have gone off the clock. It's already the longest drive Platteville's had tonight, and what a good time to do it. But 3rd down, 13 at the 45 of the Hillman. Shotgun for Rife, 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Mokros in the backfield to Rife's right. Fluttering snap. Rife to throw, feels pressure, rolls right, sets up, feels more pressure, gets out of a tackle, now rolls to his left, and he has some blocking. Still looking upfield, still looking. He'll fire it to the far sideline and just throws the ball into the Dodgeville bench. It's incomplete. Well, Tanner Pratt got in there. Christensen got in there as well. Rife got out of the tackle and saves big yardage and did the smart thing, and he threw the ball away. The receivers did the right thing. They started to come back to the ball, but no one could get open, and it's punting time for the Hillman.
One of the things that was also real interesting there was, you know, Rice did not take a chance on trying to run the ball. And I'm not so certain he would have gotten very far anyway. But, you know, he may have been able to get back to the line of scrimmage at best.
So Jeff Brunton on to punt for just the 3rd time tonight. The line of scrimmage is 45. Pitts and Nate Bothfeld deep to receive. Low snap. Brunton digs it out and shanks it. Got a bad snap. Rolling punt. Picked up at the 32. Drop. Fumble. It's a loose ball. Cullen and Bothfeld will fight for it. But it looks like Nate Bothfeld got the ball for Dodgeville, and he did. As the Dodgers dodge a bullet. Bothfeld was looking to see where he was going to go with the football. Problem was, he didn't have it yet.
Don't let him pass you.
No, you're right. That was really not a very pretty punt at all, but it turned out to be very effective with the fact that there was no return.
So Dodgeville 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Platteville leading 20-13.
4:01 is still a lot of time on the clock.
A lot of time, especially for this quick strike Dodgeville offense. And airs out of the shotgun. Drifts to his right. Sets up, plenty of time. Fires it all incomplete. Tom Ganser, the intended receiver, he was nowhere near the ball, but Mike Mokros did know where the ball was and hit Ganser before he could make his cut. Pass interference. It'll be 1st and 10 for Dodgeville.
And that was just a matter of just running right into the receiver. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. Good way to take him out of his pattern, though.
Sure, but not a wise time to do it. And again, Mike Mokros didn't know where the football was. We're seeing that time and again tonight. The ball will come out to the 40.
Pass interference on the Hillman.
7-yard line. I'll put it down at the... Well, be it a 13-yard pass interference penalty. Okay, down to the 45.
It's a new one to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was from the point of the foul.
Well, it shouldn't be.
But that's what he did.
Oh, well, so minor break for Platteville.
Oh, speed Dodgeville.
Well, I mean, the 2 yards.
Oh, yeah, well.
Come on, guys. Get with him.
And it's 1st and 10. Far side hash mark. 3:54 to go. Airs out of the shotgun. Deep drop. Throws deep over the middle for Ganser. Through his hands and incomplete. And that one also could have been flagged, but no call that time as Mokros and Ganser collided again.
And you see a couple of Dodgeville players turning their heads to officials and voicing complaints.
I was looking for the flag.
But, you know, at the same token, they're both going for the ball. And quite often, if you see them both seeing the ball, looking at the ball, and going for the ball, they'll not call it.
We're here in the Invista Incorporated broadcast. Try that again. We're at the Invista Incorporated broadcast booth at Pioneer Stadium. I'm Kyle Cooper with Wally Trouton. Glad to have you aboard. 3:47 to go, 4th quarter. Platteville trying to hang on to a 20-13 lead over Dodgeville. Airs out of the shotgun. Deep drop with time. Throws near sideline. Pratt the catch. at the Platteville 47, and he's dropped down then and there by Paul Schell. Nice throw by Ayers. He put it way up high. Pratt at 6'6" went up to get it, and this will set up third down and a short 2 on the 8-yard connection.
There was absolutely no way anyone else but Pratt was going to be able to catch that ball. Not where that was thrown.
Dodgeville has 2 timeouts left. Ball at the near side hash mark. Hits the single setback. Shotgun formation. Now Ayers will go up under center. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. Quarterback keeper for Ayers. He gets smacked and then bounces back, accelerates forward, first down to the Platteville 44-yard line. Nice surge by the Platteville defense. Actually knocked Ayers a little loopy, but then he never lost his footing. Veered off to the left and gets a first down for the Dodgers. Or does he? Well, that's a lousy spot.
It is going to be a first down. I'll be surprised if it's not.
Give credit to the Dodgeville offensive line, too. They were porous in the first half, but they've really made Aaron Ayers' job a lot easier here after halftime.
Well, I'm seeing an awful lot of red jersey being pulled away from bodies. So, I mean, there's an awful lot of holding that's also going on out
who's
here.
Number 78 for Ohio State? I mean, clutch and grab. It's like he's playing neutral zone defense in the NHL or something. I'm just venting. Badgers lose by 5, and 78 was grabbing more red than, well, insert your own joke here. But I digress. First and 10 Dodgeville, and the measurement a mere formality. The ball at the Platteville 44-yard line. 3:04 in running fourth quarter, 20-13 Hillman. Ayers out of the shotgun, under pressure, throws the ball up for grabs, incomplete. He was just getting rid of it. Nate Bothfeld was in the vicinity, nowhere near the ball, however. It'll be second down and 10. We got a whole bunch of people getting to the backfield. Digman, Osterholtz, all pressuring Aaron Ayers.
And Osterholtz was the one that leveled him right as he threw the ball.
Incompletion stops the clock with 2:56 to go in the game. Near side hash mark on second down and 10. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Pitts in the backfield with Ayers. Out of the shotgun. Straight drop. Now it's time. Steps up, fires it deep over the middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. Wineland, the intended receiver at the 12, and he had a couple of steps on Mokros, but Mokros closed up to break up the pass. It's third down and 10.
And that was really a good job by Mokros getting across there. I mean, there was coverage back behind, but, boy, Mokros got in front there just to knock the ball away.
You don't want to be seen at Hillman sporting events without the right apparel, so come to Hillman Outlets for Hillman T-shirts, pullovers, sweatshirts, and more, all at reasonable prices. Hillman Outlets, located inside Platteville High School. Dodgeville 1 for 6 on third down try. They need to get to the Platteville 35. Shotgun for Ayers. Floating snap. Under pressure. Hit as he throws. Floats it up far sideline. Oh! Jared Cullen had it at the 26 and had a lot of room in front and simply dropped the ball. It's 4th and 10. The game would have been over, but Dodgeville keeps hope alive.
You talk about hitting it in the most dangerous spot, right square in his numbers. And
I jumped the call on that one. That was floating in there. Nice, easy ball to catch. Nice soft spiral coming in, and he just dropped it. But the game could come down to this play now. 2:42 to go. 4th down and 10. Shotgun for Ayers. Deep drop. Has time. Deep. Far sideline. It's a jump ball for Reynolds. He's got it at the 18-yard line. One of those designed underthrows. Reynolds was able to stop and come back. Cullen slipped. He's living a nightmare world. 1st and 10 for Dodgeville inside the Platteville 20.
That is exactly one of the things that I mean, you feel bad for Cullen because he missed the one, should have had it, and now ends up and loses coverage on this one. That's tough.
Third catch of the game for 63 yards for Reynolds, and Dodgeville still very much a viable concern. Shotgun set on 1st and 10. Ayers on a deep drop. Feels pressure, throws it over the middle. Caught by Nate Bothfeld at the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Dodgeville. Well, they say that when fate opens up or closes one door, it opens up another. That's what's happened to the Dodgers, and now they can either kick for the tie or go for 2 for the win.
And this will be an interesting thought as to what they decide to do. My first guess would have been that they would go for two, but nope, they're lining up to kick it.
They're going to go for the tie on the road. Ayers is 2 for 2.
No, 2 out of 3.
2 for 3 on kicks tonight. And 17 out of 25 on the year. Maybe the season on the line for the Hillmen. Out of the hold of Tom Ganser. Aaron Ayers for the extra point kick. Snap is good. Place is good. Kick is good. We're tied. 2:12 to go, fourth quarter. Platteville 20, Dodgeville 20. Back in 30 seconds at AM 1590 WPVL.
If you work hard and work your feet hard, you need shoes and boots that work hard too. The Shoebox in Black Earth has what you and your feet need. Red Wing. Red Wing has shoes and boots with the strength to take what you dish out, and so well made they stay comfortable all day long. You and your feet deserve it. Red Wing shoes and boots at the Shoebox in Black Earth. Take care of your feet and they'll take care of you. Red Wing shoes. Work hard. Red Wing shoes and boots at the Shoebox, Highway 14 and Mill Street in Black Earth.
Last week, Dodgeville scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to overhaul Richland Center and win that game 28-21. This week, they've scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and have come back to tie Platteville 20-20. Touchdown catch for Bothfeld is second of the night and third of the year. Third touchdown pass for Ayers tonight. That gives him 12 on the season. And boy, if Jared Cullen hung on to that interception, goodness only knows what this game would be like. Instead, it's not over. It's tied. Basically, it comes down to the final 132 seconds of regulation for Platteville, maybe overtime as well. Squib kick down the middle. Fielded at the 25. Returned across the 30 to the 35. Out to the 38-yard line, and that's where Platteville will get it first and 10. Dane Dressler on the return did the smart thing. He had both arms wrapped around the ball and ran right upfield and got out to the 40-yard line. But Platteville with good field position for their most important drive of the year.
Will be first and 10 for the Hillmen from their own 40.
Yes, it becomes an obvious. You know, there's no doubt what Platteville needs to do on this ball, and that's be able to get that ball somewhere down, at least down inside the 10-yard line where you have an opportunity for a field goal at the very least.
Dave Bergman, the regular kicker, he's out with a deep thigh bruise, so that could affect how Platteville approaches this possession. Hillman going from left to right, shotgun for right. Deep drop, steps up, fires it deep, over the middle for Shell, overthrown, intercepted. Carl Reynolds made the pick at the 26-yard line, and the wheels might not be off the wagon for the Hillmen. Let's just say the lug nuts are getting awful loose. First and goal, Dodgers at their own 26.
No, Dodgeville, really, you have to give them credit because they were down and they've really come back. They didn't hang their heads. They've got down further and down a little bit further, and they've really come back by playing good, hard, solid football.
Dodgeville again with 2 timeouts remaining, and Ayers is a heck of a kicker, so they might look for him. He's made a couple this year, but the longest 22 yards. Did a 22-yarder against Cuba City and a 22-yarder against Lancaster. Shotgun for Ayers on first and 10. Fires it far sideline. Man wide open is Reynolds. He'll make the catch at the 37 and step out of bounds. 11 yards in the connection, first and 10. And Dodgeville, you look at it, they've gotten away from any semblance of a running game tonight.
Well, they haven't had any success at it. I mean, Platteville totally took that away from them, and they've come back with throwing the ball, and really they've even had the most success throwing the ball to Pratt. And he's really been the thorn, really, on Platteville's side.
There's now 277 yards passing. He'll try it again out of the shotgun on first and 10. Goes deep over the middle, broken up, intercepted. Matt Olsterholtz takes in the tip at the 32-yard line. Tipped up by Cullen, and Olsterholtz the pick, and momentum swings again. Platteville gets the ball back with 1:42 to go.
A little redeeming there for Cullen. He came back and he made a nice play. In fact, I thought he had the opportunity to be able to make the pick, but it was a little high for him and tipped it right into Olsterholtz's hands.
Second interception thrown by Ayers today, and Platteville's keeping hope alive. They have to go 68 yards in 1:42.
The last time they tried to get it all at one shot by going to Shell right straight over the middle, and you know, had the ball not been overthrown, it would have been a completion.
Rife under center, Mokros the lone setback, far side hash mark, quick out for Baker. on a wide receiver screen, and Reif just missed him. Second down and 10. Bad pass by Justin Reif, who's had all kinds of trouble tonight.
You know, he went through a period of time where he was just unbelievable at throwing the ball, and then all of a sudden, for him, it's become really difficult.
I don't know if Reif was feeling jitters, you know, and that this is the most pressure-packed environment he's faced as a quarterback. There's blocking out there for Baker. Reif just whipped it out there at about 100 miles an hour. Second down and 10. Osterholtz, the lone setback. Three receivers, two to the right. Quick hitter to Osterholtz up the middle. Bounces it out to the left, across the 40. Gets a block to the 45, to the 50. Brought down from behind inside Dodgeville territory at the Dodgers' 43-yard line. 24-yard pickup. First and 10 for Platteville. 1:30 to go in the game.
Some real nice blocking on the linebackers. And, you know, we said at the point of attack, but this time they got linebackers, and as a result, he's able to get a real big gain.
Platteville has all three of their timeouts remaining. The chains are set down, and the clock will start to run again. 1:25 to go, fourth quarter. Platteville 20, Dodgeville 20. Reif out of the shotgun. Ball at the far side hash mark. Platteville going from left to right. Four receivers, two to either side. Reif floats right, throws it out. Osterholtz the catch. Tries to bring it back to the middle, gets to the 40, and that'll be it. Ian Clark in on the tackle. Pickup of 3, and Platteville will take a timeout. 1 minute, 6 seconds to go. Second and 7, Platteville at the Dodgeville 40, and we come back. We're all tied at 20 on AM 1590 WPVL. On second thought,
I guess we'll stay here.
Yeah. Our options limited.
That one of the things that was interesting there. I mean, they were right out in a greasy part of the field, and Osterholtz caught the ball and tried to make that cut back inside, and his feet just went right out from under him.
Don't forget high school football tonight. A special regular season finale Thursday edition on 97.7 Country WGLR. Mark Evenstad, the host, on location from Legends in Darlington. That show set to begin, well, pretty much when we're done here. 9:45 is the airtime, but we could hold up the whole deal.
This game's gone a little longer than it did last week against Riverdale.
Yeah, there was a lot of run in the football last week. There was a lot. 82 running plays between the two teams last week. Second down 7, Platteville at the Dodgeville 40. 1:06 to go. Ball at the near side hash mark. 3 receivers off wide to the left. Single setback is Mokros. He'll get it on a quick hitter to the left. Break through. First down to the 30-yard line. It's that straight line running that's really been working for Platteville.
Well, right now they're also
the carry for Mokros.
I mean, Dodgeville's also real concerned about throwing the ball, and as a result, they're coming hard, and you hardly even have to block the linemen. It's just a matter of get them wide, and now they'll get Mokros slipped through there, or Osterholtz slipped through there, and how many yards can you get? 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Osterholtz the lone setback. First and 10 at the Dodgeville 30. And they'll give it to Osterholtz up the middle, bounces it out to the left, breaks the tackle to the 25, and is whipped down by Clark at the 22-yard line. 40 seconds to go, and Platteville will take its second timeout. 39 seconds. It'll be second down and 2, and there's a Platteville player a little slow off the deck. That's Ben Olsafer. But he's getting up and walking it off. The whole Platteville offense will come to the near sideline. We will hold it right here. Platteville at the 22-yard line. 39 seconds left, fourth quarter. And we are tied at 20 here at Pioneer Stadium. I'm Kyle Cooper with Wally Troughton in the Avista Incorporated broadcast booth. Glad to have you listening on the game of the year for the Platteville Hillmen as they need to win tonight to qualify for playoff consideration. It was interesting watch as Hillman came back over to the sideline. And, you know, like you said, you know, the Lothofer had gone down, you know, and it was real slow getting back up. And Sean Schaefer came back over, you know, and it was kind of almost like he was putting his arm around him, you know, well, you okay, you okay? And Lothofer just gave him a shot right to the stomach, you know, just looked at him like, you know, I to say, yeah, I'm fine. Let's get this going.
You better be fine if you just hit me in the stomach.
Well, it wasn't that hard, but, you know, one of those.
I know what you mean. At the end of the broadcast, Wally and I will select the Platteville Hillman Player of the Game, brought to you by Swift Financial Advisors in Platteville. Strength and stability for your future. Second down 2, Platteville at the Dodgeville 22. Single setback is Osterholtz. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Right to throw. has the ball slip out of his hands and brings it back in. He'll try to run for it. He'll get maybe to the line of scrimmage. It was intended to be a wide receiver screen to the near side for Baker, and Wright got to have trouble in this wet weather, I guess, because the ball's slipping all over the place. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain, 3rd and 2. More importantly, though, Platteville has to burn their final timeout, 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I think there really is a problem with trying to hold on to the ball to try to make that throw. And, I mean, the ball's got to be greasy. I mean, as I look at, the ball's sitting on the ground. It's not being covered by the official. I mean, the moisture's coming down on it. You can just see it coming down, and, boy, I don't know.
The main sponsors of high school football, not high school football tonight, but high school football, tonight on AM 1590 WPVL. Wonder Lube in Platteville for oil changes and winterizing. Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Music Works in downtown Dodgeville. Subway with locations all around southwest Wisconsin. Claire Banks of Southwest Wisconsin, member FDIC. Pizza Hut of Platteville and First National Bank of Platteville, Lancaster, and Hazel Green. Platteville out of timeout. 3rd and 2 at the Dodgeville 22. 29 seconds to go, 4th quarter. We are all square at 20. Shotgun for Justin Wright. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Mokros alongside Wright in the backfield, and Wright will throw. Steps up, feels some pressure, angles off to his right, breaks a tackle, runs into Clark, and is stripped of the ball, picked up by Ian Clark. He's returning it to the 30, to the 40, midfield, 1 man to beat, cuts it back, gets a block to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Dodgeville Dodgers. Oh my goodness. Dodgeville, the defense got him to this position, and the defense gives them a conference co-championship.
One of those that you say, Platteville has done that a couple of times this year themselves, and this time they have it put right back in their faces.
A 82-yard fumble return for Ian Clark. That's his first touchdown of the year, and Dodgeville is going to share their first conference championship since 16 years. And Platteville, well, they got close to the playoffs, but close counts, and it doesn't count in football.
Yeah, horseshoes and hand grenades is about it.
Well, I'll go out on a limb here and say the Tricor Insurance play of the game is the 82-yard fumble return to win the game by Ian Clark. And that's brought to you by Tricor Insurance and Financial Services, serving the tri-state. The Tricor Insurance, it's all about you.
Sometimes
Sixth defensive touchdown of the year for Dodgeville.
Sometimes these things happen.
Well, Wright had the first down inside the 20. He was trying to fight for more yardage. The ball popped out. I think Clark may have forced the fumble himself, picked up the loose change, and returned it for the touchdown. Our game tonight also brought to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, F&M Banks of Southern Wisconsin, Tricor Insurance and Financial Services Network, Livingston State Bank, Pioneer Motors of Lancaster, and Mound City Banks of Platteville, Belmont, and Cuba City. Airs on for the extra point kick. Out of the hold of Ganser, and the kick is blocked. No, whatever. 8 seconds to go, 4th quarter, 26-20. Dodgeville the lead, back in 30 seconds at AM 1590 WPVL.
Is your school or booster club looking for a fundraiser? The Platteville Pizza Hut can help. Pizza Hut can provide your nonprofit organization with the ingredients and ideas to help raise money for upcoming activities. Fundraising can be so much easier when you team up with the Pizza Hut. Put on a spaghetti supper or sell Pizza Hut coupon books. Most importantly, have fun raising funds. Call Rita at 348-9731 to learn more about these fundraising ideas. If you've got a good cause, the Platteville Pizza Hut has some hometown help for you.
Our broadcast tonight also brought to you by Grant County Sheriff Keith Govier, Arlene Siss, Democratic candidate for the 49th Assembly District in southwest Wisconsin, Mill Print Incorporated, Dairy Queen of Platteville. Platteville sponsors Bendorf Funeral Home, Blackhawk Engineering, and Eastman Cartwright Lumber. Via Vista Incorporated, Fairdy Incorporated, Hillman Outlets, and Swift Financial Advisors of Platteville. Well, Wally, who would be the Platteville-Hillman player of the game today? Tough one to call.
It really is a tough one to call.
They'll give it to the defensive line for Platteville. The whole line.
I really would, because they totally shut down Dodgeville's running game. I think that's a good choice.
So the Platteville-Hillman player of the game is the Platteville defensive line. That's brought to you by Swift Financial Advisors in Platteville. Strength and stability for your future, individual and small business, personal retirement, and financial planning. Call 348-4321. Swift Financial Advisors in Platteville. Ensuing kickoff will just be punched down the middle. Rolls to Matt Osterholz. Looks to hand off to Mokros. Nothing there, so he'll return it. And the clock didn't start. The clock didn't start. Now it starts. I don't think that play took 8 seconds, but that's a hometown clock.
Well, you got to get the breaks when you can. No, we've seen it go the other way, too, so...
Dodgeville will finish the season 8-1, and they will tie with Lancaster for the SWAL Conference Championship. Lancaster, at last report, was handling up River Valley 32-6. That game in Spring Green. Lancaster, though, did beat Dodgeville in their head-to-head meeting. That was a 22-17 win in Lancaster on September 27th. The Platteville, 2-7 last year, on the verge of the playoffs this year. Got to the door, but got locked out of the house, and 3 seconds are shown on the clock, and that'll be the time left that Platteville has to try to pull off some kind of miracle.
You know, and with the umbrella coverage that's sitting out here from Dodgeville, it would really be quite a play if there was a score.
So Reif out of the shotgun, 4-man rush. He's going to throw the ball. It'll be well underthrown. It's going to be intercepted by Ayers. He'll return it to the far sideline. 46, 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, brought down at the 12. And the season is over for Platteville. But it stays alive for Dodgeville as the Dodgers scored the last 3 touchdowns of the game. Come from behind for the second straight week. And they are SWAL co-champions, their first conference title since 1986. The final score from Pioneer Stadium. Dodgeville 26, Platteville 20. A heartbreaking end to the 2002 season for the Hillmen. We'll be back to wrap things up after this timeout on AM 1590 WPVL Platteville.